You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. What it do, what it do, what it do. Good, great, grand, what? Good, great, grand evening to y'all wonderful people out there. You know. Whew, on this, what is it, Monday? Oh, my goodness. Couple more days left of 2025. What the heck, man? It's crazy, man. We just want to thank God we made it, you know. We made it to another day, and ain't gonna be too many more days left of 2025. We're gonna go right to 2026, man. This year went by quick, but I will also say that 2025 has been interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to complain, just want to be thankful, you know, I want to be grateful. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brethren and sister, and hermanos mi hermanas, dude and dudettes, kings and queens and everything in between, y'all know what time it is. Doctor's in the house. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. You should have did that as soon as you opened up the channel, you know. It's like going to somebody's house and opening up the door and not wiping your feet. You know what I'm saying? You got to wipe your feet, man. Maybe you have to take your shoes off, you know, say hello. Don't just walk right in and go to the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Smack that like button. You feel me? I appreciate it, man. So there's a couple things we want to talk about. Man. Some stuff that is on the up and up in regards to boxing, and some stuff is a little bit more of a solemn note and a little sad-ish, you know. But yeah, before we get to it, let's go ahead and say our prayers. So join me, please, and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for your blessings. Thank you for bringing us to another day. We just want to be grateful for every moment that we have, every minute that we get to experience, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Lord, we just ask you to continue to guide us and and give us strength and courage and prosperity, and let us be peaceful instead of, you know, antagonistic to one another, and kind as opposed to mean. You know, we just want to thank you for every moment. And we pray that, you know, those families that aren't able to be together, that are torn apart, you know, ask that we could be with each other in spirit until we're able to reunite in the physical again. We just want to send also our condolences to the lives that were lost all over the world, particularly in Nigeria today. And, you know, the team members and friends of Anthony Joshua. And make sure and want to thank you for letting everybody else that didn't succumb to the car crash. We want to thank you that they were able to live. And we just ask that you, that the families could find some solace, that their loved ones that are fallen are in a much better place. In Jesus' name. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Shout out to me, Hermano Carnal. Shout out to Oscar Perez in the building. Yes, sir. Before we get started, man, I want to say happy Ujamaa. You know, it's the 4th day of Kwanzaa, which Ujamaa means, you know, cooperative economics, as far as help your brother and your sister, you know, improve, you know, and make sure that they are also in a good state. It's not just good enough to take care of yourself or your immediate loved ones. Take care of your brother, your sister, even if they're not your blood biological brother and sister, you know what I'm saying? Because we all brothers and sisters in the eyes of God, you feel me? And Kwanzaa is for everybody, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be American, don't have to be African American, don't have to be European American. You could be black, brown, a male, female, whatever it is that you identify as, you know. Kwanzaa is for everybody. So happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Shout out to my brother Oscar. He says, you see the scorecard for Juto fight? Looks sus. No, I did not see it, man. I did not see it. Before we get to that stuff, though, man, I also want to say, man, I want to drop some news with the AJ stuff. I'm sure a lot of people seen Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident in Nigeria. And, you know, I was going to make a video on it. And I'm not knocking anybody who has made a video on it. But you know me, I don't really like to, how can I say, like, talk about things that I don't know much about. You know what I'm saying? Number one, I like to be informed on what I'm talking about. And number two, I don't want to just do stuff for shock value, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's not related to boxing. What I mean by that is that, you know, when the news first broke out, this is my opinion now, this is just for me. You know, I don't mind talking about it in a live show because I can kind of dig a little deeper and get a little bit more intimate with my feelings and my position on things, my perspective. But in a video, it's more, you know, I like to be funny in my videos, be sarcastic and cynical sometimes, and also be informative, you know, most importantly. But at the time when it was broke with Anthony Joshua, you know, a lot of people were just saying, oh, Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident and he survived, you know, and there was 2 dead. And I just feel like, for me personally, I'm not, like I said, once again, I'm not talking about anybody else. So if you personalize this, is your business. I'm just saying, for me and my own sentiments, for me personally, is like, I feel like the story was mostly Anthony Joshua in a car accident, you know, but, and from my perspective, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to the ones that were lost, you know what I'm saying? Particularly Sina Gami, who's one of the deceased, and Kevin Latif Ayodele, you know, that's another one deceased. He's part of Anthony Joshua's team and his close friend. So I just think it's just respectful to try to gain all the information so we can actually share our condolences and send our condolences to those that fell, you know what I'm saying, that moved on to a better place, transitioned to a better place. So, you know, I want to give my thoughts and prayers to their families, and actually, and Anthony Joshua as well. You know, I'm glad that he's okay. And you know, that's tough, man, you know, to lose any friend, but to lose 2 of them, man, that's especially it's a time of celebration, right? He just got a large lump sum of money, forget all that, but you know, you just had a victory in something that you, in your profession, that I'm sure they were going to enjoy, and he was just very high. So it's just funny how life could change in an instant. You just never know. So, you know, rest in peace to them. And that's why I didn't make a video on it, because I feel like the majority of the video was just Anthony Joshua, but we should be more concerned with those whose lives are permanently changed, you know, including Anthony Joshua, but, you know, most importantly, more effectively the family members, you know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to you know, Sina Gami and Kevin Latif Ayodele, you know, Anthony Joshua's team members. So shout out to them, one time for them, man, and rest in peace till we meet again, brethren. All right, but yeah, so the good news is that Anthony Joshua is okay. You know, he's they said he's in stable condition, only suffered minor injuries, so, you know, that's good for him. We're also happy to hear that as well. But yeah, so we could talk about Oscar Perez. Said he asked me about Junto Nakatani, man. Let's go to a lighter note. You know, shout out to Junto Nakatani. I actually want to talk about that. It's one of the topics I have. Oh, Oscar responded. Oscar said, not gonna lie, the media pushes like AJ was in a car accident. There's 2 dead guys. Exactly, but AJ is fine though, so we cool. My point of view though. Right? Yeah, no, I agree with you. And that's why I don't really cover it, because I feel like it would have been insensitive of me to talk about it like nothing bad happened, because it's kind of like, you know, rest in peace Kobe, who I was here. One of, you know, I rock with him as a basketball player. He's one of the best, right? But you know, at some point, and it's not, no one's doing it intentionally, but it's just, you know, when you're popular, you get more love, right? You get more thoughts. You know, we're gonna throw some prayers. That's the there's some positives and some negatives of being popular, right, and famous. But yeah, like, so like with the Kobe stuff is like, we always talk about Kobe, rest in peace, and his daughter Gigi, rest in peace. But there was quite a few other people that passed away in there too, and you don't want to accidentally forget about them, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like with Anthony Joshua, like even somebody reported, I don't even remember who it was, somebody falsely reported that Anthony Joshua was the driver. He wasn't the driver. He killed 2 people. They didn't even know that he was a passenger. It's just like, people just be thirsty to get out information. It's like, yeah, I understand, man. Sometimes it's okay to be first, but you should prioritize being correct and respectful, in my personal opinion. That's how I always operate. But that's just me though. Like I said, I ain't knocking nobody. That's just me personally. But yeah, let's move on to a lighter note. You know what I'm saying? Which will be Junto Nakatani, man. Shout out to Oscar. I was gonna tackle this topic later, but since Oscar has requested it, you know what I'm saying, that's me or Romano, let's get right to it. You feel me? So, I did not see the scorecards, and I don't care about the scorecards. You know why, Oscar? Because I do my own gosh dang scorecard. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not one of the judges. You feel me? So my opinion doesn't really matter as far as the results go. But I'll tell you whose opinions also don't matter: the people that are complaining who didn't even score the fight at all. See what I'm saying? I'm seeing all these people in the outrage and the uproar talk about, oh, Junto Nakatani, Sebastian Hernandez was robbed, and oh, Junto Nakatani, Inoue shouldn't even fight him anymore. It's like, bro, he had a tough fight. It's okay. It's his debut at a new weight class. It's okay. That's what's supposed to happen, bro. Like, you, on one hand, we want fighters to walk through all their opponents, but then when they walk through all their opponents aren't good. They didn't prove anything. But then when they struggle against a good opponent moving up, oh, well, they're the beneficiary of a robbery. No, bro, he just won a close fight. The man, this was his first fight at 122. Now, granted, you know, we watch the smaller weights. Junto is pretty much seen as the only person that could beat Inoue. Well, Junto and Bam Rodriguez, right? And the only people that are really seen that could beat Junto, conversely, are Inoue and Bam. That's how a lot of people see it. So, according to the majority of people in boxing, there's only 3 fighters at the smaller weights: Bam Rodriguez, Junto Nakatani, Naoya Inoue. So I get it. When somebody that's not named those guys, makes Junto Nakatani seem like he struggled, then people are gonna be taken aback and be surprised, I guess. But you gotta also be aware, like, Junto Nakatani was unified at 118. He beat quite a few good guys like Alessandro Santiago. He made Vincent Astrolabio look like he was easy work. He beat one of the Maloneys. Was it Jason Maloney? I was confused. I know one of them beat either Naoya and Junto Nakatani both beat the Maloneys. One of them beat Andrew. One of them beat Jason. I always forget, but I think he beat Jason, and I think Inoue beat Andrew. But either way, he beat one of the Maloneys. Like I said, Alessandro Santiago, and he beat Ryosuke Nishida to unify and get the Ring Magazine belt, right? And I know it's only 4 pounds between bantamweight and super bantamweight. So I'm not saying that, I'm not giving him an excuse for struggling, but at the same time, you still have to get acclimated to the weight. That's why it's a challenge, because you're moving up to a new weight class. You see what I'm saying? And not to mention, I said this before, from the very get-go, Oscar, you could attest to this. I said that Sebastian Hernandez was going to be a very difficult fight. I predicted that, because even if I don't know an opponent, if I'm looking forward to a fight, I do my due diligence, I do my research, and I'm very meticulous, and I'll go back and see as much stuff as I can see. Meaning as far as highlights or full fights, or just see like how their styles will clash, you see what I'm saying, or match up, you know what I'm saying? Because styles make fights. And I do that Sebastian Hernandez, being an undefeated guy, being a guy that's already familiar, acclimated, and staying at 122 super bantamweight, the division that Junto Nakatani was moving up to against Sebastian Hernandez, and the fact that he had a big KO ratio, meaning he hits hard, I was like, it's going to be a tough matchup. In fact, I even said Sebastian Hernandez is a bigger threat to Junto than David Picasso Romero was to Naoya Inoue. In fact, I would even double down now, and I said this right after the fight. I said, man, this was a tough fight. I scored it 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Junto, reflecting a scorecard of 115-113. It was a very tough fight. I didn't think it was going to be that tough, but I anticipated it to be tough. And I anticipated Inoue to Picasso to be fairly easy. And he was relatively easy, right? I gave Inoue every single round. But my point is that when people say, oh, Inoue made Picasso Romero look like he was nothing and Junto Nakatani struggled, newsflash, if you actually watch boxing and you watch Picasso, you wouldn't even believe that Picasso should be undefeated. I could think of two fights off the top of my head where he was the beneficiary. He was a real beneficiary of a robbery. Azat Hovhannissian beat him. You know what I'm saying? Despite what the scorecards say and the results. And some people argue that Kiyonosuke Kameda beat him his last fight. But a lot of people don't know that. But to even further push it, right? Sebastian Hernandez, I guarantee you, Sebastian Hernandez, if he was to ever fight Picasso, he'll beat the hell out of Picasso. Let's take it. That's one Inoue opponent. Who was Inoue's last opponent before that? MJ Akhmadaliev. I think MJ Akhmadaliev and Sebastian Hernandez would be a good fight. I would lean towards MJ Akhmadaliev. Who was his opponent before that? Ramon Cardenas. Sebastian Hernandez would beat the hell out of Ramon Cardenas. Who was his fight before that? Yi Jun Kim. He'd beat the hell out of Yi Jun. Sebastian Hernandez would beat the hell out of Yi Jun Kim. Who was before that? TJ Doheny. Sebastian Hernandez would beat the hell out of TJ Doheny. So out of Inoue's last 5 opponents, only one opponent do I believe would beat or have a chance against Sebastian Hernandez. That would be MJ Akhmadaliev. So what's wrong with Junto Nakatani not looking good, particularly good or spectacular against a guy that was his debut in a new weight class and a guy that the majority of us would think, if any common sense, would think that Sebastian Hernandez would beat the majority of Inoue's most recent opponents? What's wrong with that? Like, you know, people are so fickle. You see what I'm saying? The man just moved up and left behind the unification titles with the WBC and the IBF and his Ring Magazine titles to move up to try to see if he could facilitate one of the best matchups in boxing, which is Nakatani and Inoue. And now because he had a fight that wasn't freaking a slaughterhouse, now people are saying they don't want to see Inoue versus Nakatani anymore. I do. But why not? I think Inoue would beat Hernandez, but I think that's a good fight. But I want to even take it one step further though, man. I want to talk about Ohashi. Ohashi is, you know, he's essentially the promoter of Naoya Inoue and a lot of fighters in Japan. He's probably, I would say, Japan's biggest promoter, right? Promotion company and stuff like that, management company. He has come out recently and they said, you know what, I'm gonna pull it up. I don't even want to make, you know, I don't want to mince anybody's words. So let me just pull it up and I want to read this, what he said. Ohashi, and I have mixed feelings on it. I have mixed feelings on it. You feel me? Don't forget to smack that like button for your boy. I want to read to you what this man had the audacity to say, which is good, but it's also audacious. But it's good because I agree, but it's also audacious. You feel me? Let me see. What? I just had it and now I cannot find it. That's crazy. Okay, bro. Why Twitter be playing? Why Twitter be playing, chat? Why Twitter be playing, chat? They try to play with me. I just had it. Now I'm sorry, I can't find it. That's crazy. I could have sworn I liked it too. That's crazy. I got to find it because I want to read his exact words. And if I can't find it, then I could, you know, I could summarize it. You know, oh, I found it. Okay, here it goes. Check this out. And I did like it, so I don't know why it didn't show up on my likes. That's crazy. I knew I liked it, so I could keep it. But anyway, here we go, right here, right? So Ohashi, right? Chairman Ohashi, right? It says that Chairman Ohashi knew Sebastian Hernandez was a problem for Junto Nakatani after seeing him spar Naoya Inoue and others at the Ohashi gym. This is him, and we quote, right? He's being quoted right here. All the fighters from Ohashi gym, except Naoya, conveniently, right? Of course, you're going to say except Naoya. But, I mean, I believe it. But, so, all the fighters from Ohashi gym, except Naoya Inoue, got beaten to a pulp in sparring. So, all the people in Ohashi gym got beaten to a pulp by Sebastian Hernandez, except for Naoya Inoue. He was very strong. I thought Nakatani might lose, too. He beat everyone, including Nakajima, Kazuki, Oriental Pacific Super Bantamweight champion. He had so much power, his punches had no effect. I thought it would be tough even for Nakatani. You know what I got to say about that? This is what I got to say about this to Mr. Ohashi. This is what I got to say to you, Mr. Ohashi. All that stuff you just said, I say this.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
And this is the reason why I say BS. Number one, I believe him. I'm not saying it's BS because it's a terrible statement. I'm saying the timing is terrible. Nothing annoys me more than the people that try to say I told you so after the fact. If you didn't, like, there was nothing stopping you from saying this before the fight. Now all of a sudden you're saying this after the fight when Nakatani struggled. Like, I said this before the fight. That's what you should say. It's called a prediction, or you know what I'm saying? Or if you're not going to say it, don't say nothing at all. Don't come out and tell me, oh yeah, man, Sebastian Hernandez been knocking out everybody from left to right. He been cleaning out the gyms in Japan. He been whooping on Takuma in the way. Everybody except Dai in the way. He done pulled on Shingo in the way. Koki in the way. He done whooped people. He done whooped, what's his name? Yamanaka. He brought him from the past. He done whooped all the young prospects. I don't want to hear that, bro. It's like the one guy, was it Adeola Depot, who came out and said, oh yeah, man, after he predicted Anthony Joshua to beat Daniel Dubois all week. Then when Daniel Dubois beats Anthony Joshua, you know what he says? Oh man, I had a feeling Daniel Dubois would beat him. Shut up. You ain't have no feeling, because if you had a feeling, you would have said it.
Shut up, bitch.
That joke is, I can't stand that, bro. I can't stand that, bro. Like, to me, he's just coming out to just, in my opinion, what he's doing is because he feels this is just me speculating now. But like, because the Junto Nakatani and Inoue fight has lost a little bit of steam, it's like, okay, bet we might consider something else. And if you remember, before the fight, I said that there's reports circulating that Naoya Inoue and Nakatani is not a definite fight next year, you know, despite popular belief and what we've been led to believe. So I hope the fight still happens. I still think it's a good fight. And if Nakatani loses, he loses. Let Naoya Inoue beat him. But I mean, the fact that he moved up, it is like he's not getting the fight. I hope Bam Rodriguez is watching this, because all it takes is one close decision for people to say, oh, we want Bam Rodriguez, and then Bam Rodriguez mess around and rush his ascent to 122 and looks a little shaky. Then all of a sudden people don't even want him to fight anyway anymore. You see what I'm saying? So like, I think that despite the scorecards, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but shut the hell up. Like, I'm not trying to hear nobody from Ohashi or anybody. I don't care what kind of stature you have in boxing. Don't tell me how you knew Sebastian Hernandez was gonna be a tough fight for Nakatani when you never said it before. I said it before. You see what I'm saying? I said it before the time. I see a lot of people trying to make it seem like, you know, try to take credit and all this other stuff, like they knew. You didn't know nothing because you would have said it. Same way you were quoted after the fight, you could have been quoted before the fight. Simple. So I don't, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people talking down to my boy Junto. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I'm rocking with my boy Big Bang. You feel me? Shout out to Junto Nakatani. But yeah, let me hit the chat real quick, man. Let me hit the chat. Let me hit that chat. Welcome everybody. Shout out to my brother Thomas Hill in the building. He says, all casino high rollers in the building. We got Smoochie in the building. One time for the ladies, you feel me? We got my brother Joaquin in the building. Oh, we got the big dog, Oster OGO in the building. Big member in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Thomas Hill said he had an 8-4 if 7-5 Nakatani. Ninjas is hating. Come on now, Thomas. Like I said, and bro, I don't mind. Bro, see, and that's the thing too, Thomas. I don't mind, bro. If you think it was a good fight, it was a close fight. If you thought Hernandez won, tell me your score. You notice that this is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to my boxing fandom, right? I can't stand when people come out and say, "Oh, that was a robbery. Oh, that the wrong person won." Don't give you nan scorecard. Don't give you nan round that they scored for or against the other person. It's like when Manny Pacquiao and Barrios got the draw. Everybody from Andre Ward to Max Kellerman to this person to that person. Oh man, Manny Pacquiao won. What's your scorecard? Pay attention to that, chat. Every single time you see somebody complaining about a robbery, they never give a scorecard. Ever. Because they don't score fights. I don't care if you talk about the biggest professional. You know, I like Andre Ward. That's my guy. And Max Kellerman is one of my favorite, not so much lately, but he was one of my favorite commentators. But if you don't provide a scorecard, how can you call something a robbery? You didn't score it. Of course, fights look even when you're watching it. That's why it's imperative for you to score, because sometimes you may forget how it looked in the first round when you're in the 9th round. Sometimes you might forget how it looked in the first 30 seconds of the 5th round compared to the last 10 seconds of the 5th round. You may forget. You see what I'm saying? So no, we don't keep score, man. Keep score, man. Let me know your scorecard. Let me know how much he got robbed by. Don't just tell me he got robbed. It's only in boxing we see that. You see what I'm saying? It's only in boxing, because in boxing you don't have to score. You know, in every other sport, you know, even if it's track and field, you see somebody had a faster or slower time. In basketball, you see the scoreboard right there. They give you the, oh, this person scored, this team scored 100 points, the other team scored 98 points. But in boxing, it's like, you don't have to give your scorecard. You don't have to score round by round. You can just say trivial stuff and provocative stuff like, oh, yeah, this person got robbed. Okay, but how do you get robbed? Oh, Lamont Roach got robbed. I see somebody talking about Lamont Roach got robbed. They didn't give him a scorecard. Man, stop it, man. It was a close fight. Could have went either way. If you scored it for Sebastian Hernandez, cool. But show me how you scored it. If you can't tell me how you scored it, then shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. It is what it is. Shout out to our guy, George the Last Dragon Born in the building. Good afternoon, my brother. Good evening. Good evening, my brother. And he dropped a sticker too. Shout out to my brother dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. It's just funny, man. You know, like I said, I think that Nakatani, I think it was a tough fight. Shout out to Sebastian Hernandez. More importantly than a scorecard, more importantly than a robbery, he gained a fan out of me. You see what I'm saying? Sebastian Hernandez, I can't wait to see him fight again. I would love to see Sebastian Hernandez versus MJ Akhmadaliev. Sebastian Hernandez versus, I don't know, give me somebody else at 122. I mean, I'd watch him and Ramon Cardenas. I think he whoops him, but I'd watch that. Him and Picasso Romero, I'd watch that. If Sam Goodman wants to come back down, I'd watch Sam Goodman and Sebastian Hernandez. Hell, I'll watch Junto Nakatani and Sebastian Hernandez rematch. That's cool with me. But let's not go overboard, man. Just because you're used to somebody running through opposition doesn't mean that they're bad because they look human. All Nakatani did was look human, bro. All he did was look human. That's it. That's it, man. It's just like with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was on what, 11 fight KO streak. Then he goes the distance with Israel Madrimov. All of a sudden, oh man, he didn't look good against Madrimov. Well, he moved up to a new weight class, dummy, against an undefeated champion, dummy. That means the guy that he fought is bigger than him and never lost before. If you're ever gonna look normal or look human, I think those circumstances are conducive for you to not look as good as you've been looking before when you're not accustomed or familiar with the weight class. You're not acclimated with the weight class. You feel me? You're fighting a guy who doesn't know how to lose because he never lost before, and you're fighting a champion. So what's wrong with not knocking him out like you knocked out everybody else? Bro, I'm telling you, bro, if you look at the fight, right, between Terrence Bud Crawford and Israel Madrimov and Junto Nakatani and Sebastian Hernandez, as much as they didn't look spectacular like they normally do, who looked more damaged? Now, I know Nakatani his eye was messed up. His eye looked bad, right? But outside of the eye, which looked bad, Hernandez looked lumped up too. He looked more damaged outside of the one, like he had the worst damage in one spot, Nakatani did. But if you look at their overall face, Hernandez was lumped up here, he lumped up here, lumped up here, lumped up here, go look at the interviews after the fight. Look at the post-fight interviews. Nakatani's one lump looked worse than any other lump, but Sebastian Hernandez had more lumps. So it is what it is, man. And I went back and watched the fight. If you go, man, some of them punches that Nakatani was hitting him with was crazy. I don't think that, and some people say, oh, Nakatani's power didn't travel. I disagree. I just think Hernandez is a tough guy. It is what it is. I just think he's a tough guy. I don't think that, I don't think too many other 122s would stand up in Nakatani's power, but I could be wrong, man. Shout out to my brother Sir in the building. What's good, bro? He said, love and blessings to you too, man. He said, love and blessings to AJ and his strength and conditioning coach. Yeah, man. Other family friend. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to them, man. Oscar Perez says, I had it 6-6 a draw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 rounds. Junto 6, 7, 8, 10 swing round, 11, 12 Hernandez. Yeah, I'm not mad if anybody's scoring it a draw, scoring it for Hernandez, but tell me your score. Don't just say, oh yeah, man, well the fight didn't. Basically, when you say that, oh, it was a robbery and you don't tell me your score, you're just saying that one person didn't look as spectacular as you used to them looking. You could not look spectacular and still win a fight. You see what I'm saying? Just because you don't look as good as you normally look doesn't mean that you didn't look better than your opponent. So I thought it was a close fight, could have went either way, but this robbery nonsense is crazy. Like I said with Lamont Roach, I saw somebody say that they scored it. I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was on Twitter though. Somebody said, oh, I didn't score Lamont Roach and Pitbull when I first watched it, but I went back and watched it and I scored it. I think he said what did he say? I want to say he said like 9 rounds to 3 or 10 rounds to 2 or something like that in favor of Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach smoked him. Lamont Roach. And shout out to Lamont. I like Lamont Roach. He said Lamont Roach on the second watch, chat. On the second watch, meaning that they already know the outcome and they already want to be outraged. You know, they went back and watched it and they scored it 9-3 for Lamont Roach.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, that all that says to me is that you went back and watched it and you were trying to score for somebody that you wanted to win to justify your initial claim of a robbery. I scored it in favor of Pitbull. But if you scored it for Roach, I wasn't mad at that. But you're not going to tell me that you rewatched it and you scored it one-sided for Lamont Roach. Get the freak out of here. Like, I'm not going. I'm not going. Nobody believes you. We don't believe you. You need more people. Shout out to my guy Oster. He said, however, still got a UD. Come on now, Doc. Come on now, Oster. Come on now, Oster. Still got a UD. Yeah. Now I will say, Junto Nakatani, that one scorecard, that guy or girl needs to be fired. I don't know if that was a male or female, but they need to be fired. 118. I think they scored a 118, 110 or something like that. Is you crazy? Nakatani, I favor Nakatani. He ain't whooped nobody. That's disrespectful to Hernandez, but he won by UD, just like Bud beat Badgermouth by UD, just like Tank beat Pitbull by UD. Yeah, you know, because these days when you go the distance, people act like you won. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Oster? You know, when you go the distance these days, people act like they won. Come on now, Berlanga. People act like Berlanga. I ain't gonna say people, but Berlanga acted like he won. But some people, like, you go the distance, people act like you won, even if it was a UD. Shout out to Sir. He said, nah, that dude, I look like a cartridge. Yeah, his eye look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's what you said. What we talk about on X. Wait, who talk about me or somebody else? Oscar said, let's try to make this connection. Virgil had a worse outing than Junto against Boachuk. And people said at the same time, Virgil, dangerous fight for Bud. Come on. Like, people aren't consistent. Like I said, so I just want to reiterate too. I'm not saying that you can't say Sebastian Hernandez won. That's cool. But make sure that it's genuine. And like, I just don't like when people are disingenuous and they're just saying stuff for hype. But that's what it is too. Engagement farming. So I get it. I get it. I guess I get it. You know, a little bit, not really too much, but I don't know, man. I just think people going a little bit too crazy, man. It's a close fight. Nothing really much more than that to be said. And if you didn't score it, then I don't understand how one can complain. It wasn't that clear. Like, some fights you could go and you could score without scoring it. Like, you could tell who won without scoring. Like, for example, Inoue versus Picasso. You don't need to score that fight. I did, because I'm thorough, but I gave every round to Inoue. But you don't have to score that fight to see who won. You see what I'm saying? Some fights you have to score, bro. It's that close. Lamont Roach and Pitbull was that close. Nakatani and Hernandez was that close. But if you're going to tell me that it was one-sided for Hernandez, if you're going to tell me that it was one-sided for Lamont Roach or one-sided for Pitbull or it was one-sided for, like, come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it, man. Shout out to my guy George, the last Dragon Board, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. He says, George says, hopefully AJ can heal enough for one last big fight. I talked about this earlier in the show, man. I don't mind revisiting again, though. You know, like I said, rest in peace to Sinagami and Kevin Latif Ayodele. You know, those are his teammates, team members, and friends. You know, that's the most important, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to them. Our serious condolences to them. And AJ, too, because those are his friends, you know, but serious condolences to their family. I don't know if they have any, you know, kids or, you know, they're definitely somebody's sons, right? Somebody's brother, somebody's nephew, stuff like that, grandson. So rest in peace to them first and foremost. Anthony Joshua, thankfully that he's okay as well, you know, that he didn't succumb to his injuries and he's all right. I've been seeing a lot of people with a lot of strong opinions, man, saying that, oh, if AJ never fights again, it's understandable. Well, yeah, I mean, and even if you don't understand, who cares? Forget you and your feelings. You see what I'm saying? Like, let AJ handle this how he will, how he pleases. You see what I'm saying? Like, people want to have too much authority. Like, oh, if it's justified if AJ doesn't fight again because of this, because of the traumatic experience. Even if you didn't approve, who cares what you feel? It's up to him if he wants to fight again. Like, you know, I see people say, I saw somebody say somebody said, oh, he'll do anything to get out of a Tyson Fury fight. Like, people are just ridiculous. People are just scumbags. But anyway, it's just like, if he's gonna fight again, I hope so. And just like somebody said too, where he said, oh, if he never fights again, it's understandable. It is understandable. But even if you don't understand it, it's up to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he's going to internalize this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he's going to handle this. But also, too, it's just as easy as that person said that this can make him not want to fight again. This could also make him want to fight again. This could galvanize you. I don't know like what kind of world people live in, but some people, everything doesn't impact everybody the same way. You see what I'm saying? You could have a loss and that could strengthen somebody or give them a light of fire under them to be even better than they were. It could make him turn up and never want to take another moment for granted. Not saying he was or anybody was, but it could make you appreciate time. You know what I'm saying? And the spontaneity of when it can end. So you never know how somebody's going to react to these things. It's like people on the internet, you know, they're a genius, they're a playboy, they're a philanthropist, they're omnipresent, omniscient, you know what I'm saying? Everything, they know everything, done everything, they can see everything. Like, bro, just shut the hell up, man. Let the man handle, let the man grieve in peace. But yeah, hopefully we'll see him fight again. But if he doesn't, then yeah, shout out to George the Last Dragonborn. Yeah, hopefully he does fight again. But if he doesn't, I mean, it's up to him. You know, I mean, he's already had a illustrious career. You feel me? He just came off of a great victory. Not saying a great victory from a competitive standpoint, but a great victory monetarily. He generated a lot of revenue for himself, and he's already accomplished, right? He's already a unified heavyweight champion and a gold medalist. How many people are gold medalists or any one of those, let alone both of those? So shout out to Anthony Joshua, man. You know, we're just gonna keep him in our prayers and hope for the best for him. You feel me? And especially Mr. Gami and Mr. Ayodele and their ones that they left behind. You know, our condolences to their family. Shout out to Smooch said, I wouldn't wish AJ's situation on anyone. Yeah, people are despicable. People are despicable. People don't know how to turn that internet shit off. So exactly, Smoochy. But you know what's crazy about that too with the internet? I always tell people, man, one day you're gonna have to be in real life the person that you pretend to be on the internet. So it's gonna happen. You know, sometimes some people are gonna have to be who they as tough as they pretend to be on the internet in real life. So just, you know, and be careful what you talk about. But yeah, so I won't be famous. What's good, my brother? Big member in the building. He said, yeah, pray for AJ and for the friends and families of the trainers who lost their lives. Amen. Yeah, man, I think it's crazy. But yeah, moving on, man. I want to switch it up real quick. Switch up the flow a little bit. We're going to go to Rolly Romero, the main topic, man. No more payday for Rolly. So Rolly Romero, Rolando Romero, man. It's been reported by The Ring, you know, particularly Mike Coppinger, that the Pacquiao fight is reportedly off. And I'm not disappointed. I think it kind of sucks for, you know, I like Rolly, but I feel like Rolly's been acting. No, I don't really approve. You know, he don't need my approval, but I don't really approve by the way he's been handling the situation, particularly when it comes to his mandatory, right? Shakram Gishov. He's been saying he's unfamiliar with his opponent. He don't know who he is. He doesn't have to do it. We don't care if you know who he is. It's not a mandatory dependent on if you're familiar with the person or not. It's a mandatory, bro. You got the belt, fight him. It's as simple as that. We don't care if you know him, if you're fond of him, if you like him, if you follow him, if you don't follow him, it don't matter. It's your mandatory, bro. So I think Shakram Gishov deserves it. It's not even a matter, do I think he does? I mean, according to the rules, he does. That's why he's a mandatory, right? And it's been called. So yeah, let Shakram get that fight, man. You know, those of you who are a little bit unfamiliar with him, you know, he's from Uzbekistan, and you know, he dedicated his last victory and his pursuit of a championship to his late great daughter. You know what I'm saying? She was recently deceased, passed away this year earlier, and he said he wants to win a title in her name. So, you know, some things are bigger than your familiarity with a person. A man earned his mandatory. He's been the mandatory for the WBA since a Stanionis had the belt. You know what I'm saying? He actually took step aside money in order to facilitate the unification between Jerome Boutinnis, who was the IBF champion at welterweight division, and the then undefeated Lithuanian champion Amantas Stanionis of the WBA in the welterweight division. Obviously, the American Jerome Boutinnis became unified in the Ring Magazine champion in a spectacular fashion. Shout out to Jerome Boutinnis. But you know, Shakram Gishov, now he deserves a title shot, you know, and because Jerome Boutinnis vacated those belts and moved up, then retroactively, Rolly Romero versus Brian Garcia after it was called was the, whoops, my bad, I accidentally pushed that button, my fault. After it was called, it was the fight was called, it was retroactively determined to be a fight for a WBA interim belt, and the winner would get elevated. And sure enough, Rolly Romero won. Jerome Boots and is vacated, and subsequently Rolly was elevated. So that's how he became champion. And with great power comes great responsibility. And now that you're a title holder, it doesn't matter. You don't have to know who your opponent is. That's a mandatory. That's been ordered. It's obligatory for you to fight him. That's it. So go fight him or come up off the belt. You see what I'm saying? I like Rolly Romero, but if you're not gonna fight Shakrab Gishov because you don't know him or you're unfamiliar with him, or you know what I'm saying, you never received a DM or you don't know about his Instagram presence, that's cool. You don't have to fight him. Then give up the belt. It's as simple as that. Like something like even that's my issue with Richardson Hitchens too. It's like, bro, you don't have to fight these guys. Don't fight them. But if you don't want somebody to call you out because you're a champion, then give up the belt. Then I'm sure that Frank the Ghost Martin wouldn't call you out if you weren't a belt holder. If you weren't a champion, I'm sure Subaru Matias and Gary Antarosa wouldn't want to fight you as badly. So if you can't take the pressure, then you know what I'm saying? If you ain't shit, get off the pot. It's as simple as that. So you ain't gotta fight him. But if you're not gonna fight him, then give up the belt. Duh. Like I don't even understand. Like some of these answers be simple and people are like it's complicated. It's not complicated. Give it the belt. It's just that simple. So yeah, shout out to Shakrab Gishov. Hopefully he gets that opportunity. And I will say this too with Manny Pacquiao. Like I said, this has just been reported, right? It's nothing that's I mean, I think it's pretty. Mike Coppinger in the ring, whether you like Mike Coppinger or not, he's a good source, you know. So it seems like it's off. And I would say this though, with it being off, I think it's gonna lead to something else, Oster. I think it might lead to this, Oster. It might lead to this. Won't be famous. Okay, hold on now. We might be getting a rematch between two legends, two goats, and that'll be Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao versus Floyd Money Mayweather. Man, that's what I'm thinking. And the reason why I think that is because I don't see why else Manny Pacquiao would continue fighting if he's not fighting for something. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was already preposterous and disrespectful to the sport that he could be gone for 4 years. Shout out to Manny. That's one of my favorite fighters. But just for the protocols of the sport and the normal procedures, you know, it's kind of disrespectful for the fighters that work their way up the rankings through merit for a guy to come off a 4-year sabbatical and just get a title shot with the WBC against Mario Barrios, and then to add insult to injury, after he has a draw with the WBC champion and Mario Barrios, he gets another title shot against another American title holder at welterweight, the WBA champion Rolly Romero. So I feel like it was kind of disrespectful, but hey, if anybody's going to get some love, show some love to the legend, and Manny Pacquiao's a legend. So the fact that he showed us that, hey, I'm coming out of retirement, but I'm only fighting meaningful fights, right? He fought for a belt, Mario Barrios, and he was going to fight for a belt with Rolly Romero. So the fact that that fight is not off, then the fact that that fight is now off, then to me, it's only common sense that he must have something bigger in store. And one of the rumors is that he's going to fight Floyd Mayweather. I dropped that video a long time ago. Even up to last year, the talks have been on and off. You know what I'm saying? They'll be going for a second and then they'll halt. And of course, Floyd Mayweather has been linked to quite a few iconic other iconic boxers. You know, it was Floyd and Mike Tyson, and also Floyd and Manny. So we're not sure which one it is. Obviously, Mike Tyson had an interview. I made a video about it, and he seemingly confirmed that him and Money Mayweather will be fighting in March. But Floyd Mayweather hasn't come out and confirmed that. And you see guys like Sean Gibbons, who works with Manny Pacquiao and stuff like that, saying that, hey, we're still talking to Floyd. You know, so the fact that he called it off, I'm thinking that Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather may have that rematch, whether you like it or not. I don't mind it. I mean, it's two older fighters. They're fighting together. I don't think it does anything wrong with the sport. If it can happen, then I think it will add to the sport because their undercard will probably be great. You know what I'm saying? Give some young prospects or rising stars some time to shine, you know, on the undercard of two massive iconic fighters like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. So we'll see what Rolly's going to do. Hopefully, you know, Rolly will keep his belt and try to defend his belt against Shakrab Gishov. Hopefully we'll see Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I ain't gonna say hopefully we see it running back, but I mean, it'll be cool. I'll watch it, but it's not something I'm looking forward to. But hopefully Shakrab Gishov gets his opportunity. That's what I'm hoping for, because he deserves it. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's via Rolly Romero or Rolly Romero gives it up, it is through somebody else. Whatever, he needs a opportunity. In my personal opinion, that's what you fight for, right? Osa said, atheist, if he do fight, would lose or draw. F it, blame it on the crash. Shit, people did it for Spence. He said atheist. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe he meant although, or even. I don't know. That got to be a typo. Even if he does fight, win, lose, or draw, if it blame it on the crash is what he did with Spence. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think like I'm kind of indifferent, right? Because I want to talk about this too. Shout out to Oster. I'm kind of like that stuff ain't getting old yet, man. Like I saw somebody today talking about boxing, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, Terrence Crawford." I'm not talking about Oster, but Oster just reminded me of this. He was like, "Oh yeah, Terrence Crawford is a pretty big name in boxing too. Pretty big presence." And they said, "Yeah, Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. He's an all-time great, but I have to admit, his two best wins, unfortunately, were against two guys that were washed, in Canelo and Errol Spence. Two guys that were washed."
What the fuck does that mean?
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I don't know, like people really try to practice revisionist history, and this is what Oster is talking about. Yes, Errol Spence was in a car accident, of course. Errol Spence wasn't the same, but we knew Errol Spence wasn't the same back when he fought Danny Swift Garcia, who he still managed to beat. Back when he fought Yordenis Ugas, who he still managed to beat. So what I'm saying is that, of course, in order to be fair, you have to tell the whole story, and part of that story is that Errol Spence wasn't the same after that car crash, but that's not Terrence Crawford's fault. It's like Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez, right? That's not Miguel Cotto's fault that Sergio Martinez had a messed up knee when he went and fought him. You got to do what you do. Same with Moses Atama. It's not Moses Atama's fault that Dillian White had a messed up knee. Now, as somebody who watches boxing and observes boxing, I think it's important to notate that, but to make it seem like he was a bad fighter, no, Errol Spence was still, he still won despite that. You see what I'm saying? But to continuously say, oh, well, yeah, he's an all-time great, but, you know, to try to detract from them, I think that is, I feel like it's doing a disservice, not to just the fighter, Terrence Crawford, but it's also doing a disservice to the sport. If you notice that every big fighter, there's always an asterisk from goofballs that don't like them. Like Terrence Crawford, it was a 50-50 fight with Spence, according to the bookies. Some people were leaning towards Spence. Towards Crawford. I think at the end of the day, Crawford was a slight favorite, if my memory serves me correctly. But it was other than that, for a long time, it was a 50-50 fight. And then with Canelo, Terrence Crawford was the underdog. So you're going to call Canelo, who his last fight, by the way, he reclaimed undisputed. People like to forget that. Canelo, who's one of my favorite fighters, right? Cinnamon fought an undefeated IBF champion in William Skull, the Cuban, and the Mexican superstar Face of Boxing went in there and beat William Skull, who was the IBF title to reclaim, who had the IBF title to reclaim undisputed. Did he look his best? No, but we already know that Cuban style fighters, especially one that is fighting in a very evasive fashion like William Skull did, they're going to give Canelo trouble. So I don't think that performance was indicative of him slowing down. And if it was indicative of him slowing down, why the freak was he still the favorite? You can't omit that part. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to say that Canelo was washed, then how come you didn't win money off of betting on Crawford? I guarantee you that everybody that's been calling Canelo washed since he lost to Bud, I guarantee you none of them won a penny off of betting on Crawford. But I thought he was washed. If he was so washed, why didn't you make a stack, make a bag off of betting on the underdog and Terrence Crawford? Because you didn't think he was washed. You're just saying that now to hate on the man. But even with Canelo, right? Let's stick with Canelo, right? When we talk about Canelo, if you don't like Canelo, oh, well, Canelo's all right, but, I mean, he fought an old Triple G. It's always something with everybody. That's part of being on top, man. It's part of being on top. When it's Floyd Mayweather, well, Floyd Mayweather, he waited all the guys out. He should have fought Sugar Shea Mosley when he was younger. He should have fought Miguel Cotto when he was younger. He should have fought Manny Pacquiao when he was younger. It's always something, bro. So it is what it is, but people just be talking, dog. No matter what. Even Clarissa Shields. Oh, well, Clarissa Shields, she only has 2 fights. She ain't fight nobody. Every time, bro. Every time. So it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Every single great, there's something. There's something. Ryan Garcia just told us that Triple G doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, and he told us Jerome Boutinnis is overrated. A guy, both guys accomplished 10 times what Ryan Garcia accomplished, but they're overrated. It is what it is, man. People gonna talk. Let them talk. Let him talk, man. Shout out to Won't Be Favorite. He said, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it Bud's camp calling out Spence for quite a while before the crash? Yeah, you know, they were back. Not just Bud's. Spence was calling him out too, but, you know, that was back when it was, you know, across the street, you know, PBC and Top Rank or whoever Bud was working with at the time. You know, it was hard to make a deal across the street. So, nah, you're not wrong at all. But shout out to Errol Spence. He's one of my favorite fighters for real. You know, I like Bud a lot too. He's one of my favorite, but I like Spence more. Shout out to Spence and Bud for making the fight happen. We should just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Floyd and Manny for when they finally made the fight happen. But it's always something, man. It's always something. And if it's Manny, oh, well, Manny might have been on steroids, right? That's people are all, like, there's nobody that's just great. That people be like, oh, yeah, man, that guy's just great. Everybody will say something about somebody, dog. Let me take that back. Unless you're Now Inoue. Now Inoue and Ja Pattaya, you can't say nothing about them. Don't nobody say nothing bad about them. It's like sacrilegious to say something bad about Ja Pattaya and Now Inoue, boy. You will get struck by lightning. But everybody else, you know, no matter how great you are, if you're Manny Pacquiao, they say you were on steroids. If you're Terrence Crawford, they say you ain't fight nobody. Your opponents were washed. If you're Canelo, they say that you aged everybody out. You fought an old Triple G. If you're Floyd Mayweather, they say that you ain't fight nobody on time and you aged them out too. So it don't matter, bro. So it is what it is. It is what it is. My brother 2-4 in the building. What up, folk? I ain't even know 2-4 was in here, man. Where he at? I don't even see him. But yeah, man. So yeah, I think that hopefully this Manny Pacquiao. I will say this though. I would be excited. I would say man, I guess that's pretty much the same thing, right? It's synonymous in nature. Like, I want to be looking forward to the fight. I'm gonna draw the difference. It's not something I'd be like, oh yeah, man, I want to see this fight. I can't wait for this fight to happen. But if it does get announced, I'll be excited for it. And that is Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. I would be excited for it. You see what I'm saying? I'd be excited for it because it is a big event, man. I remember Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao, man. I was torn because, you know, Floyd's my favorite fighter, but Manny Pacquiao, he's one of my favorite fighters. So I was torn, you know. I was just excited. You know me, I like big events, man. So when it comes to boxing, so I could like Terrence Crawford, I could like Errol Spence, may the best man win. When it was Floyd and Manny, I said may the best man win. But I lean towards Floyd. Spence and Crawford, I lean towards Spence. Canelo and Bud, I lean towards Canelo. You see what I'm saying? I just like when the best fight the best. So I'd be excited for it. But I wouldn't say I'd be looking forward to it, but I'd definitely be excited for it if the fight does get made. Hopefully Rolly actually fights his WBA mandatory. Now, I want to get to something else, man. I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about robbery of the year. hey Thomas, man, you got your seatbelt on, man. Y'all strapped in? I'm strapped in like twerk. Y'all strapped in? Those of you who watch battle rap like twerk. Hey, shout out to Thomas too. The other day he dropped a line. I don't remember what he said, but oh yeah, he said I'm back on another brother's stage in another brother's face. Shout out to Arsenal the Rebel. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Thomas. So, yeah, I hope y'all strapped in for this one because I'm about to drop a bombshell on y'all, and I'm not even trolling, right? I'm not even trolling. Robbery of the year, right? I know y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna say, I know what y'all gonna say, but I don't think that the robbery of the year is Tank versus Roach. Oh, I thought somebody was gonna shoot at me, man. I thought y'all was gonna pop. I thought y'all was gonna bust the blicky on me, bro. I don't think Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Tank Davis was the robbery of the year. Now, I don't mind people thinking that. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind people thinking that. I get it. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy. You see what I'm saying? It was very controversial in nature because, of course, we had the infamous knee that wasn't counted, and it should have been. We had the interaction with the illegal interaction with the corner, right? Which it wasn't reprimanded, and it probably should have been. But like I said, for me, you got to remember the reason why I don't think it's a robbery of the year is because, remember, I scored it because I actually score fights and we do it live. I scored it 7-5 in favor of Gervonta. It was a close fight. If you scored it for Roach, cool. I'm not saying you couldn't score for whoever. I'm just saying I scored it, Dr. Boxing Talk, 7-5, 115, 113 for Gervonta Tank Davis. That's not that's not including the knockdown because I watch boxing. Knockdowns are called at the referee's discretion, meaning no matter how you feel about Daniel Dubois dropping Alexander Usyk legally, according to the referee in that fight, it was a low blow. So you can't count it as a knockdown. Meaning when the referee in Zhale Zhang versus Ajit Kabayel, when Ajit Kabayel knocked down Zhale Zhang the first time and the referee missed it, you can't call it a knockdown. Likewise, when Daniel Dubois dropped Anthony Joshua and the referee missed it, you can't call it a knockdown because you saw it and the referee missed it. It's these things are officiated by the official, and the official of choice is the referee at the time. So should it have been called a knockdown? Yes. Was it? No. So you don't count it. However, if you do count the knockdown, which was in round 5, if my memory serves me correctly, right? You got to remember, I scored that round for Tank. I thought Tank won the round. And I'm going to give you all a little brief lesson, if you will, right? A lot of people don't know how to score boxing. And sometimes I get confused too, don't get me wrong, because it could be confusing. But when somebody gets knocked down in a round, chat, what is it called? It's called a 10-8 round, right? That's how it's scored. If somebody wins a round, it's called a 10-9 round, right? A lot of people think that when you get knocked down, you lose 2 points. That's what it looks like, right? But you really only lose 1 point for a knockdown. It's just that when the person gets knocked down, the person that knocked them down also won the round. If you win the round, you win it by what? 10-9. If you knock somebody down, usually it goes 10-8. You can get a 10-8 round without knocking somebody down, right? Right, you know that, right? So you can score. If you get dominated without a knockdown and the guy stays on his feet, but you dominate, beat him from pillar to post, it could be a 10-8 round without somebody touching the canvas. But a lot of times when the guy gets knocked down, usually the person that knocks the guy down also won the round. That's why it's commonly 10-8. So the reason why I say that's important is because I scored that round. If you count it as a knockdown, since I scored that round for Tank, that means it's 10-9 for Tank. If you don't count the knockdown, with the knockdown, since Tank won it, that would be a 9-9 round, meaning that Tank won the round, but he got knocked down, so he would lose 1 point. That's how you get 9-9. Lamont Roach lost the round, so he had 9 points, right? Because when somebody loses a round, you start off at 10. Each fighter, every round starts off at 10 points apiece. You lose a point for every infraction, if you will. Or if you don't perform, if you lose a round, you lose 1 point. Then if you get knocked down and you lose the round, it's 10-8. It's not just, oh, you knock them down, so you lost 2 points. That's not how it works. That's how it will get represented a lot of times, because commonly if me and Thomas are boxing and I knock down Thomas, I probably won the round too. So that's why it's 10-8. Right? And I'm gonna prove it to you even further. Why you think when you knock somebody down twice, it's not a 10-6 round? So if a knockdown was 2 points, right? How come when you knock somebody down twice, it's scored as a 10-7? Because it's really done how I just explained it. I know I'm good, right? So when you win the round, it's a 10-9. If you win the round and you knock somebody down, it's a 10-8. If you win the round and you knock somebody down twice, it's a 10-7. It's not 2 points for a knockdown. A lot of people don't know that because they don't really pay attention to the sport, but we do over here. And that's why we're the best. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I scored it 9-9. So even though it's 9-9, Gervonta still would have won the fight, even with the knockdown, because I scored that round for Gervonta. So that's why for me personally, Lamont Roach is not the robbery of the year, because I don't think it was a robbery at all. Even if I count the knockdown, Tank still would have won. He would have won by a smaller margin. He would have won by 1 point, but he still would have won for me. So that I'm just giving you a breakdown and justification and explanation as to why I don't think it's a robbery of the year. What I do think is a robbery of the year, though, is Charlie Suarez versus Emmanuel Navarrete. Emmanuel Navarrete should have lost his WBO belt at 130 to the Filipino Charlie Suarez, the King's Warrior, in my personal opinion. El Valero, he's a good fighter, great champion, Mexican champion. But if you watch that fight, Charlie Suarez, the fight was stopped due to a cut, and they thought it was a headbutt. And if you go back and watch the fight, you can see clearly it was a punch. So because it was a punch and the fight was stopped, it should have been stopped due to a punch landed, and he should have been a title holder right now, but he's not. So for me, that is the robbery of the year for your boy personally. But if you want to say Gervonta is a robbery of the year, that's cool. I'm not mad at you. I'm just giving you, I just provided an explanation as to why, you know, it's not for me. That's all. But I'm sure some people will be mad at me. Let me check the chat real quick. Shout out to my boy Oster. He said, Doc, you got to keep trying to save Tank. Tank, aka Sugar Tank. I got to stop trying to save Tank?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Sugar Tank?
Yeah.
That's crazy. My boy be dancing in your dreams like this. Hey, Tank be dancing in your dreams like this, Oster. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Shout out to my brother Thomas. He said that should have been DQ, but I had the 7-5 to Tank. But you know what's crazy about that, Thomas? And I'm not saying quantity makes quality, right? You're right. If you interact with the corner, you should possibly, I'm not gonna say should, you could be DQ'd. But let's not act like every single time something happens wrong in the ring, it results in the maximum punishment being dished out. Remember this guy named Jack Catterall, who's now training with Bozy Ennis? I keep telling people this. I'm sorry to sound like a broken record for those of you that already heard me say this, but go back and watch Jack Catterall, not his most recent fight against Echo Esserman, but his fight before that against Harlem Eubank. Tell me he didn't go get his face wiped down like Lil Boosie in the middle of the fight. Did he get disqualified? Did he get points deducted? Or did he just get warned like Tank? Oh, but there's no uproar, all right, Thomas? There's no uproar because what? Because it's Jack Catterall and not Gervonta Davis. And I'm not saying that everybody's, hey, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So if you have a bigger imprint on the sport, if you have a bigger following, then things are going to get held under a microscope and they're going to get more closely judged, rightfully so. But let's not act like officials don't make mistakes officiating. We've seen it multiple. All you got to do is watch boxing. You'll see an official make a mistake almost every fight, every night. You see what I'm saying? So I think people blow things out of proportion based on their disdain for somebody, or and they act like things don't matter based on their fondness for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that Tank should not have been disqualified. He could have been, but he wasn't. And we've seen other people interact with their corner in the middle of a fight, in the middle of a round, and not get punished either by disqualification. So, you know, because we watch boxing over here. I know you know that, Thomas, but those, just for those in the back, you feel me? Just for those in the back. Yeah, man. Yes, sir, I'm strapped in. I can snap at any moment. Shout out to my guy, Top Dog. What's good, bro? He said, man, I enjoyed the hell out of that Spencer Bud rivalry. Me too, bro. Me too. And the rivalry was ended up being, the back and forth ended up being better than the fight. But hey, at least they had it, man. Sometimes it goes like that, man. Shout out to Bud. Bud did his thing. Old Budrick. You know what I'm saying? Omaha's own. You feel me? Oster said, Doc, you tripping. I ain't tripping. Won't be famous. Said, grease in my, hey, man, got that grease in his eye, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got my hair did. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. That ass. Oh, man. He said, shout out to Oscar. He said, robbery, the knee and interaction is a rush blunder. It's not Oshaki versus, come on now. Chop me Armando right there, man. That's my brother. He says a robbery. Oscar says a robbery. No, he said the knee and interaction is a referee blunder. That's all I'm saying. I'm not defending Tank. I can't help what you, I can only control what I say. I can't control how you feel about what I said. I never said that Tank is excused for taking a knee. I never said he couldn't have been punished. I said he was not. And I said it's not up to the fighter to referee the fight. No other sport do we demand that the participant referee the fight, right? When you're running track and you jump off the blocks early, doesn't the official say, hold on, go back and line up, and you get warned and you could possibly get DQ'd, right? When you're playing tennis, when the ball goes outside the line, it's not up to the player to say, hey, man, my bad, I served that out the line. No, it's up for the umpire. It's up to the umpire to see it and call it. When you're playing basketball, have you ever seen LeBron call a travel on himself? Have you ever seen Steph Curry call a foul on himself? Where would they do that at? That's the whole point of the referee. So, you know, when people get mad at the fighters, yeah, because you don't like Tank, so you're going to put that on Tank. But it's not on Tank that the referee didn't call the knee. He took the knee. The referee should have called it. He didn't. It was a referee mistake. It's not Usyk's fault that the referee called it a low blow, right? You might think it was a clean blow. I think it was clean. It's not Usyk's fault. Usyk was smart and he rolled with the punches. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. We gotta blame the appropriate people, man, and get out your freaking feelings. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he shouldn't have lost the point. Absolutely. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying Tank, that should have been scored a knockdown. I'm saying it should have been. But people don't hear that because they think, oh, you like Tank and you're defending Tank. No, I'm saying that it's not the fighter's fault when something is called or not called. Just like it's not the fighter's fault that they were the beneficiary of a robbery. We got to stop saying, I know it's common practice to say, oh yeah, man, this person robbed this person as far as the results of a fight. Like, oh, Junta Nakatani robbed Sebastian Hernandez. No, Junta Nakatani just fought. The judges are the ones that robbed Sebastian Hernandez. If you feel that way, I don't feel that way. But I'm just saying, like, people get mad at the fighter. Oh yeah, Junta Nakatani robbed Hernandez. Aesop Pitbull Cruz robbed Lamont Roach. Tank robbed Lamont Roach. Nah, bro, that's not how boxing works. The fighters don't score fights. What are you talking about? It is what it is. So you got to fight that. He said, Ninja, stop flattering yourself. Hey, somebody got to do it. You know what I'm talking about? I got to let them know until they can say it for me. You feel me? You feel me, Thomas? I got to let them know until they can tell it for me. You know, I know a lot of people ain't know. They ain't going to, hey, check this out, Thomas. Mr. Thomas, you know what I'm saying? T Hill, Trill, T Hill. They gonna act like they know. You know what's funny? People gonna act like they know, but they won't say nothing. You know, I made a video the other day, man. Shout out to my brother Tufo, man. I know Tufo could appreciate this. You feel me? You're a real one, man. All the real ones could appreciate this. So I made a video the other day, and I said, I think it was about Virgil Ortiz and Boots, and I was like, you know, I've said this the whole time that it may not be Virgil or Boots ducking each other. It may be that the promoters and the managers and the broadcasting agencies like the Zone and platforms and stuff like that, they could be more of a hindrance to this fight than the actual fighters, right? Everybody's been saying what? Oh, Jerron Boots Ennis, he don't want to fight Virgil. Jerron Boots Ennis is ducking Virgil. Virgil don't want to fight Jerron. Virgil's ducking Boots. And then when I say that, right, I said this a while ago, and then I make a video about it and I show that the promoter, Rick Meridian, and Oscar De La Hoya are going back and forth with internal beef, stopping the fight from happening, according to reports, right? Somebody's going to come on my comments and say, oh, bro, no disrespect, but everybody knew this. Bitch, how come everybody ain't been saying it? It's so funny. Everybody knows everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a genius, a natural Neil deGrasse Tyson, a natural Albert Einstein, but they don't ever say nothing. You know, it's easy to be smart in hindsight. You know, yeah, after something already happens. I'm not, and obviously, I'm not saying that no one else knew that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you know it, then say it. Ohashi, don't say, oh, after Junto Nakatani has a tough fight with Sebastian Hernandez, don't come out after the fight and say, oh yeah, man, I knew Sebastian Hernandez was gonna be tough for Junto. Shut up, bro. You could why you ain't say that before? You know who did say it before? I did. And when I said it before, people said I was crazy. Go look at the videos with Junto Nakatani and Nai Inoue when I was like, bro, a lot of people talk about Inoue and Picasso. I said, bro, Junto has the hardest, he has the most difficult task. I said, he has the biggest chance of being upset. Oscar, am I lying? And my brother Oscar had my back on. He was like, yeah, man, I think you're right. But now all of a sudden everybody's saying, oh yeah, man, I knew Sebastian Hernandez was going to be tough for Junto. Go look at my comments. Some people are telling me, oh, he said, man, I like your channel, but I'm just thinking about somebody who was nice about it. He's like, man, I like your channel, but I think you're wrong about Junto. I think Junto's going to walk through Hernandez. You think that person came back to my comment section since? Hey, I ain't seen Buddy since. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's just like Cito. Remember, Cito was in here saying, "Oh, Doc, you crazy, man? Canelo's gonna smoke Bud. He gonna beat him in 2 rounds." And I said, "Bro, Cito, I think Canelo's gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a difficult fight because Terrence Bud Crawford is a beast." I said, "Man, it's gonna be a close fight. Cinnamон's gonna have a tough fight in front of him." I was wrong. I thought Cinnamon was gonna win, but I said that it was gonna be a tough fight. You know, I didn't think that it was gonna be easy because both these fighters are greats. So they're going to find a way to at least make it competitive a lot of times, you know. And he was like, oh, no, Doc, you tripping. You made the you would think, according to Cito, that I picked Bud to win. And then, have you seen Cito? Have you seen Cito since? I think I've seen Cito one time, and I brought it up, and he left. People don't like being wrong, man. People got too much egos, man. You know, that's what, and I'm saying all that to say that people don't like being wrong. So they will say something after the fact and try to make it seem like, oh, they've been saying that when somebody else says it, so they could act like they were right too. Nah, bro. Because when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You see, I don't mind being wrong, but you got to not mind being wrong in order to be right. You see what I'm saying? Like you got to, you in order to be successful, you got to not mind failing. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? Like you can't be scared to miss the shot and never take the shot. So in order to make the shot, you got to take the shot. And by process of taking the shot, you might miss it. You got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to do a backflip right now. You think I didn't know I could fall on my neck? I knew that, but that's part of it, bro. So sometimes I make predictions and I'm wrong. It's just I happen to be right a lot more than I'm wrong. And I don't mind being wrong because I don't think I know everything, but a lot of people think they know everything. That's the problem. So they're scared to be wrong. They're scared for people to feel like to see that they're wrong because they think they know everything. But let me catch up to the chat though. Let me catch up to the chat though. Tufo said, I see Mike call a foul for himself. Hey, come on, man. Hey, that's Mike. That's different, though. Now, you know what I'm talking about? That's greatness. That's greatness. Oh, man. Shout out to Oscar Perez. He said, yup, 9-9 if both get a knockdown. Higa versus Susumi. Come on now. You see? Because that sounds like a brother that knows how to score fights. You know, a lot of people don't really know the rule. And I'm not saying that to be, shout out to my brother Thomas. I'm not saying that to brag or anything. I'm just saying that because that's how complicated boxing is. Like, you might be so accustomed to something and seeing it and hearing it. And then some of these odd scenarios that do present themselves, you think that you know how to handle it, and you may not because you're unfamiliar with how it works, you know. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know sometimes until it's presented in front of you. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Shout out to my guy Won't Be Famous. He said, I did not know this. If both fighters score a knockdown on each other, apparently they cancel each other out. So it goes back to come on now, Won't Be Famous, and you still go with the person that won. Shout out to my brother Won't Be Famous for admitting that. A lot of people don't admit stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see the same people that say, oh, no disrespect, bro, but we already knew this. Yeah, sure. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. He said, shout out to Just Draw. He says, oh, shit, Rolly lost his payday on Pac. Yeah, according to reports, Pacquiao is moving on from Rolly, man. Moving on from Rolly. Shout out to Thomas Hill. He said, by definition, that is, but only because of the affiliation with the brother, man, Alfred Harmonious. Alfred Harmonious. And him being Tank doesn't carry the weight of all the wrong in the world. Good boxing talk. You ain't lying. I agree with that. Shout out to Pastor T. Hill. He was just preaching on y'all. He said, Oster said, I've been told y'all this a long time ago. Eddie don't believe in boots. And Oscar don't believe in Virgil. Interesting. I think Eddie believes in boots. I think Oscar believes in, I ain't gonna argue that one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I'm with you. Oscar believes in boot. I think Oscar believes in Virgil, except for when it comes to boots. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Oscar's holding it up. I think it was Oscar before. I'm not sure if it's Oscar now. And what I've been reading too, Oster, is that this is what Rick Meridian said. I'm gonna pull it up because I don't like to mess up people's words. So, and I think this is troublesome as well. Shout out to my brother Lee Jackson. What it do, brethren? My guy, Lee Jackson in the building. Payday Nerd says, what's good, my brother? Payday Nerd in the building. He said, hella fights next month. Yeah, man. Good Lord willing, man. 2026, early 2026 is looking fire for boxing. I'm talking about fire. Let me check this out real quick so I can tell you what Rick Meridian said. We gonna read it, chat, because you know I like to read things. So, I think a fly was in here, man. I tell you I have some family here. My aunt cooked a nice dish, and I think some flies flew in here, man. Big old healthy house flies too. Yes, sir. Don't forget to smack that like button for your boy. I appreciate y'all rocking. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget to smack that like button for your boy. I appreciate you. For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And if you enjoy real boxing talk, not the narrative Twitter BS, check out docscorner.beehive.com. The link is in the chat. That's for DBT, Dr. Boxing Talks newsletter. Free boxing newsletter drops every week on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Sign up for the newsletter and you will not regret it. I'm telling you, you missing some good boxing talk if you haven't done so already. But check this out, though. So this was on Boxing Scene, and they talked to Rick Meridian, who is Virgil Ortiz's promoter, right? He said Rick Meridian can't understand why Ortiz Ennis is the gift nobody wants to receive. No, everybody wants it. They just might not want it on your terms, right? So let's read this right here. I read this earlier. So it says, Meridian spoke to Boxing Scene to clear up what is holding up the Ortiz Ennis negotiations at present. Those of you that rock with this channel, we already talked about this, but you know, your boy, I ain't got no inside sources, but it seems like I'm always on the inside. You know what I'm talking about? Let me stop patting myself on the back though. Ain't that right, Thomas? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it going. But anyway, he says again, reiterated what we reported weeks ago. He said, based on public comments by network executives at DAZN, meeting with our promoter and the tone of it, I think the network is attempting to impose and force both the fighter and promoter to do what they want, and that's it. Basically talking about himself and Virgil Ortiz. He said, while I think it's foolish to do that and do it in a public, While I think it's foolish to do that and do it in public for a litany of reasons, that's it. It's okay. It's just business. And they have the right to attempt that. as we have the right to do many things contractually also. He goes on to say, Ortiz has a proper minimum, gets multiple opponents to be offered each fight, and we can legally fight where the best opportunity comes from, period, as it should be. I mean, okay. He says, respect and loyalty run both ways. Show them and receive them. Saying things publicly like that makes it hard to explain to a fighter who will fight and has fought anyone. Well, if he will fight anyone and he has fought anyone, what's the problem with him fighting Jerome Boots Ennis? Better question, if he has fought anyone and will fight anyone, how come he hasn't held a title yet? How come we also wanted, in addition to wanting Virgil Ortiz to fight Jerome Boots Ennis, we also wanted Virgil Ortiz to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. We also wanted Virgil Ortiz to fight Bakram Murtazaliev. We also wanted Virgil Ortiz to fight Edmonton Stanionis, a guy that Jerome Boots Ennis fought, though. So for a guy that will fight anyone and has fought anyone, how the hell did he manage to still not be a champion and not give us the Boots fight? That's kind of funny, right? So on one hand, he's saying that he will fight and has fought anyone, but then he's also saying that they will take the best opportunity that comes to them. So basically what I'm saying, he's talking on both sides of his mouth. And then he goes on to talk about Turkey. He said, I'm not sure why it's complicated. We are grateful for Turkey Al Sheikh for prior opportunities. And should they not have interest here for whatever reason, we look forward to making fights with them in the future. I can only guess and or speculate as to why, so I won't. I like dealing with facts. So they asked him up here that how come Turkey is not involved in funding this fight. So basically what he's saying,
now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So basically what my bad, I didn't mean to run that again, but so basically what he's saying is that not even Turkey is showing interest right now, but it seems like that's what he wants. He wants Turkey to be involved, and I don't blame him, you know. I mean, get the biggest bag you can, you feel me? But I think he just exposed himself. That's why, you know, shout out to my brother Oster. He says this a lot, and I agree. It's like, when you want to know the truth, just let somebody talk. Even Jackie Chan told us that, right, on Rush Hour. I think it was Rush Hour 1. He was like, he said, when you want to know if somebody's full of shit, you just let them keep talking, and you'll see how full of shit they are. So he just basically just told on himself that, hey, DAZN wants to fight, who they have an exclusivity deal with Virgil Ortiz, right? And we know that with Golden Boy, all Golden Boy, right? And just like all Matchroom, right? DAZN has a deal with Matchroom and Golden Boy to host their fights. DAZN wants Boots versus Ennis. Eddie wants Boots versus Ennis. Boots wants Boots versus Ennis. Virgil apparently wants Boots versus Ennis. Wait, I said Boots versus Ennis? My bad. Let's do that again. DAZN wants Virgil versus Ennis. Eddie Hearn wants Virgil versus Ennis. Boots wants Virgil versus Ennis. Virgil, we think, wants Virgil versus Ennis. We think Oscar wants it, but what's up with Rick Meridian? It seems like he wants it if he has something that the fight is contingent on. You know, he has something that needs to be satisfied, and it seems like it's money, which is cool. But if you're going to say that they could do it without Turkey, then what's the problem? Do it without Turkey. Because you're probably not happy with the amount of money, which is why we reported that Oscar De La Hoya and Eric Gomez, the big wigs at Golden Boy, and Rick Meridian, who's a promoter of Virgil Ortiz, we said this weeks ago that apparently everybody else knew, you know, but they never said it. Anyway, we reported that they were having internal conflicts about how much money they were going to make for the Boots fight. And that was a major hindrance to making it come into fruition. It is what it is, man. You know, and Virgil wants EJ. Shout out to my brother, Boxer with Tufo. Virgil Ortiz wants EJ. And I don't care. He may not be ducking Boots, but if you fight Errol Spence instead of Boots, bitch, you ducking something. And shout out to Oscar. Oscar said, but Doc, didn't Robert say Boots is the one ducking them? Come on now. Come on now. People be talking on both sides of their mouth, man. Both sides of their neck. Man, you know what I'm saying? The left side of their mouth say one thing, the right side of their mouth say something else. It's crazy, bro. Like I said, I want the fight to happen. Eddie Hearn came out recently and said that he believes the fight is 50-50 at best at this current moment. Like I said, I still have faith. I'm still optimistic that it can happen. But if it doesn't, man, that would suck. I would say that would be disappointing, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But that's all I really had today, man. You know, that's all I really had today, man and women. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines if anybody wants to call in. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and call it because, like I said, I do have family here. So, yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday morning, and Wednesday will be the last show, good Lord willing, you know, of 2025. That's crazy, right? To think about that. Shout out to Payday Nerd. He said apparently Shiraz and Pacheco was ordered, yeah, by the WBO, but that doesn't mean it'll happen. But we'll see. Shout out to Oster. He said like Rhea G and Garcia talk with two tongues. Right, exactly. Won't be famous said I was confused. Cut yourself off with your own promotional clip. Come on now. I made a mistake. Won't be famous. Payday Nerd said you think it's 50-50? 50-50 that no, Eddie Hearn says you think it's 50-50 that it happens. You think it's 50-50 that it happens? I think it's a 50-50 fight. I would lean towards Duran a little bit. But I think it's a close fight. But do I think it'll happen? I hope it happens. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. Whole bunch of nonsense, man. I'll tell you this. If Virgil fights Errol Spence next, man. If Virgil fights Errol Spence next, bro, that'd be crazy. I'll be disappointed. Virgil fighting Errol Spence, that's weak. Errol Spence, we haven't seen him in 2 years. Errol Spence, last time we saw him, he suffered his first loss. Suffered his first loss by stoppage. He's moving up to a new weight class, and he still doesn't have a trainer. You talk about fighting him? Come on, man. We got to do better. Man. We got to do better. He said 50-50 fight. I got you, Payday. I got you. Yeah, I think you think Pacheco's a 50-50 fight, Shiraz? I think it's a 50-50 fight as well. I don't know. I think Shiraz has the best individual win, the best singular win, you know, Edgar Berlanga. You know, the way he did it. But I think Pacheco has a better body of work. I don't know. I would agree. I think that's a 50-50 fight. That's a good fight. Hopefully it happens, but yeah, like you said, the WBO and President Gustavo Olivieri, they ordered it, but just because they ordered it doesn't mean, you know. Unfortunately, just because they ordered it doesn't mean, you know. Me too. I see both of y'all. I'm gonna pull up Oscar first, and then Oster, and then yeah, because it's gonna be a short one. So, and then I see Just in the back as well. I'm gonna pull you up after Oster and Oscar. You know what I'm saying? We prioritize the members. That's why you should become a member. Not only do you get fire emotes, but when you call in, you get priority. You see what I'm saying? And you get a longer time. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of perks, and you get to help out the channel grow. You know, you got to help the channel grow. Let's pull up my brother Oscar though. You know what I'm talking about? My guy, what's good? Oscar in the building.
I'm a little disappointed. I ain't gonna lie.
What happened, bro? What I do, bro?
I'm a little disappointed in the Virgil and Boots talk just because people keep saying that Boots don't want it. And yes, I am talking to you about Oster. When Eddie, Boots, everybody done agree, but Virgil's team and Virgil himself. That being said, the other thing I'm disappointed about is robbery of the year.
Talk to me.
And this is how I know people just don't like Tank, bro. Because by their own logic, you know what happened to Tank. You know, scorecards were mixed, referee blunders, and all this and that. This is how I know people just don't like Tank. There was a worse fight from a fighter from PVC. The same year that had a worse calls, worse refs, worse everything. That is Benavidez against Romero.
Talk to him.
118, 110, point deductions and knockdowns. That means Morrell only won one round.
Talk to him.
Not only that, Thomas Taylor was tripping that day because the point deduction from Morrell, it was from a punch after the bell rung. But then Benavidez landed like 4 or 5 punches. And didn't take any points for him. So if you're gonna call Tank and Roach a robbery, by the same definition, you gotta call Benavidez and Morel, a robbery, and an even worse robbery than that one. So that's why I don't think it's a robbery.
Okay.
But now my robbery of the year has to be Navarrete Charlie Suarez, though.
I think so, bro. I'm glad you agree with me, bro. I didn't think anybody was gonna agree with me on that one. Average someone in the building. What's good, brother?
I think Juntos is like, questionable, not to win. I think it's a good win. I think it's a close fight. I think we got to start like, and we've been saying this for a couple of years. It's like close fights happen. It's a close fight.
Yep.
To me, I have it a draw, but with the swing round. So it depends how you see in the fight. But it's the same thing that happened to the Roach. That by the end rounds, he was looking better.
Yep.
He was looking better. So therefore, people think and assume that he dominated the whole fight. No.
Yep.
He didn't win a single round in the first 5.
Facts. Facts. Not to me. Not on my scorecard, at least.
Yeah, not on mine either. So it's like, yeah, I don't. That's all I really had to say. Oh, and the Robert Garcia, the connection I was trying to make in the beginning is how is he gonna say Bam and Inoue?
Come on now.
They're ready, but then tell me just because Junto, had a questionable win or whatever, that's what people calling it. But then if we call back on the Bulachuk fight, didn't he say Virgil is dangerous or he can beat Bud after he got dropped twice?
Twice. Come on now.
And an even bigger questionable win.
I don't know, man. People they funny, man. I did want to chime in though, before you go. You said with the robbery, dang, I just lost my train of thought. You said something I want to ask you about the robbery. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. Like I said, you said you had it a draw, bro. Even if you had Hernandez winning, to me it's like Lomachenko and Haney. That cannot, by nature, it can't be a close fight. I had Loma beating Haney, but it can't be. Sorry, it can't be a close. It can't be a robbery. It's a close fight. Even if you have Hernandez winning, it's not a robbery, bro. Like you didn't have Hernandez spanking Nakatani. You didn't have Loma spanking Haney or Haney spanking Loma. It's a close fight, bro. That's what that means, y'all. It cannot be a robbery, bro.
The reason I said Roach is because the same thing happened.
Roach and Pitbull too. Roach and Pitbull too. It can't be a robbery, bro.
First 5 rounds, not a single round went to Hernandez. 6th round, hey, he took off from there, but first 5 rounds. And then I agree with you. I don't think it's the fact that Junto's power didn't translate or something. We've been calling this for like the last month.
Come on now.
Hernandez is a live dog.
Come on now.
This motherfucker got a chin. He got relentless pressure. But it's easy to say from Inoue's handler that he was tough.
Yeah.
Bro, we've been calling this guy tough.
Come on.
Where
now.
you been at?
Where you been? Talk to him.
But yeah, and I agree. It's like, bro, new weight class against a guy that is tougher than Inoue's opposition. Inoue didn't surprise him. He did win. It was a beatdown. I agree with that.
Yep. I give him every round.
But he did not impress me. He should have done even more because like when you
don't say that too loud, bro. They might cancel us.
But then you got Tim Bradley saying, "What are y'all talking about?"
That's crazy.
But, well, what we're talking about is the same thing we're talking about with you and Marquez.
Crazy.
It should have been an easier fight for Marquez, and he should have put you out. He didn't. I think he got robbed. That's the robbery. But yeah. Heck
yeah, man. Shoot. That's
crazy, all I had to say.
That's
crazy. That's how I knew people don't like Tank, bro.
They don't like him.
If you don't have Benavidez and Morel, how can you have Tank and Roach?
I don't know, man. People crazy, man. But hey, as long as you explain it, I'm always down to listen, man. So, but a lot of them they can't explain it like how you just explained it. Like, it don't matter what your position is, it's about your explanation, man. So I appreciate you, Austin. Let me pull up Oster, and then I'm gonna pull you back up. 'Cause I think Justin left, so. You don't mind, pull up Oster and get his time off. All right, but
what up, Ty?
Appreciate you calling in, man.
Yo.
My guy Ty in the building.
I didn't even realize you pulled me up.
Oh yeah. You the co-host, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother Oster in the building, man. It was good. Hey, just draw. I saw you in the back, bro. I told you, I gotta pull up the members first. And I'm gonna let everybody get the individual time. That we gonna chop it up together. So I see that you left now, bro. Yeah, bro. I saw you. I don't pull people up right away. I let people get their individual time, you know? Shout out to Real Assad. How many rounds did Loma win? For me, I scored it 7 rounds to 5 for Loma, but I had a couple, bro, I had like 4 swing rounds that fight, Real Assad. So if somebody had Loma winning, I mean, Devin Haney, you never hear me call that a robbery. I literally think it could have went either way. And I was cool with Haney winning. Just like I was cool if they would have had Loma winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be a robbery is where you cannot imagine, like, you cannot understand how the person that lost. So like Michaela Mayer and Natasha Jonas, I don't understand how Michaela Mayer lost that. That was a robbery. Oshiki Foster, opposite Kasesa, I have no clue how Oshiki Foster lost that fight. That was a robbery to me. Sean McComb versus Arnold Barbosa, I have no clue how Arnold Barbosa beat Sean McComb. That's a robbery to me. You know, but these are close fights. Esau People Cruz, I scored at 114-112 for Cruz. If you had it for Lamont Roche, cool. But it wasn't a robbery because it was a draw. It was a close fight. Somebody's talking about they didn't score it the first time they watched it, but it felt like a draw. They called it a robbery when it was called a draw initially. Then they went back and watched it and scored it 9 rounds to 3 for Roach. Get the what fight were you watching? You got not get the freak out of here. You scored it 9 rounds to 3 for Roach. Bitch, you sleep.
Shit, you can add Catterall Barboza to that list.
Did that too, yeah.
Yeah,
Oster in the building. What's good, my brother? My
What's
brother
poppin'?
Ty in the building too, man. Shout out to both of y'all, man.
Man, listen.
Yeah, uh-oh.
No, I'm
See
saying
what happened was.
What happened
Yeah,
was,
what happened was, you know what I mean?
man,
I was
Oster
there with
finna
the
get on my
boys.
head top, bro. What's good, man?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying I don't care, man. I think Lamont Roach
Mhm.
got the robbery of the year. He
Okay.
got, come on, man. You know what I mean? Because first of all, with the tank,
Yeah.
if we even want to get back to that one there,
Yeah, hell yeah.
because
Do your thing.
all those other ones was cool robbery. I ain't gonna say cool robberies, but they was like a way you can get robbed, I guess. You know, fight, nothing
Okay.
controversial. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just you know what I mean. But the reason why I say the tank and Roach won because it ended up a draw.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's the reason why I said it. Now, if they just fought and Tank didn't do the knee, and then we can say robbery, we can do the scorecard thing. We can do that shit all day long. But we can't not act like that was a physical action. You know what I mean? Everybody's seen the draw, and the ref ain't call it, so it's not considered. You know what I mean? But actuality, that was a real fucking robbery because it ended up in a draw. That was a real robbery, man. Yo, come on, man. That's crazy.
Hey,
If it
I'm
ain't
not
no
mad at
draw,
you, bro. I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad. I
if
disagree,
he
but I'm
didn't
not
do the
mad.
knee, but I'm saying if he didn't do the knee, and the wipe off the face, and you know what I mean? Look, yo, you talking about nigga striking out 3 strikes in one time? Yo, Tank wild out in that fight, man. For real, he could have got DQ. He could have got a point deduction
Facts.
all in one time.
Hey, my boy got the juice, man. He got the juice, man.
That's why I say, and then for Lamont to come back and get another draw, I think
feel
that's
it.
the biggest draw. I think Lamont. I think somebody got something against Lamont, man. I'm telling you, man,
I
because
feel
he is. That's bad business, man. Yo, yeah, this is crazy. On Lamont, my man, I ain't gonna talk bad about him, but it's just ironic that you.
They
you
say
fought the
PBC.
man.
They say PBC doing them dirty, bro. They say PBC don't like him, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, yo, Doc, you fought the man, right?
Oh man, my
And you got a
stomach hurt.
draw,
Uh-huh.
and then you fought the nephew. Who you supposed to beat up and get another draw. So it's like. You gotta look at yourself like I don't know, man. Lamont, you're a good fighter. It gotta be PBC. I don't know what the fuck it is. The ref, I don't know, man. Because I can't put it on Tank no more because you got to draw with Pitbull.
You
So I
see what I'm
can't
saying?
say, you know,
You can't get
I
right,
can't
bro.
put it
You
on
can't get
PBC.
right, man. You gonna call him can't get right. Lamont can't get right, Roach, man. Come on,
I
dog.
think Rosie gotta go. I think he gotta go up one more level to actually get the win. And you know, he gotta go up one more, whatever he's doing in training camp, he gotta go up like one more level to get that last dog out of him to get those last rounds. That's the only thing I could say, because you keep drawing out, you know what I mean? You drawing out with Mexicans and you drawing out with black people. So I can't really figure you out right now, man.
He should have took a couple hours off that Twitch. Should have took a couple hours off that Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ty. I think Ty want to respond to what you said, Osa.
All right, as far as the draw, I do agree. Tank should have got his ass disqualified, but can't do nothing if the ref ain't call it. But as far as sitting there saying the knockdown would have gave him a win, it's hard to really say that. Even though the fight was scored or ruled a draw. If they had actually gave Lamont the knockdown, that probably would have changed the whole
Come on now.
approach to the fight.
Come on now. Mentality switch up, man.
Then
We're
we
not gonna
can't
do that.
say for
We're
we
not gonna
can't
do
say
that.
for a
We're not gonna do
fact.
that.
No. We're not doing what you're trying to do. We can't say for a fact that Lamont would have continued to rack in rounds or if Tank would have had a resurgence.
Come on now.
That's nothing but speculation. We giving our opinions at that point.
Come on now.
That's
And
respectable, but
even with the knockdown, according to how they scored that, he wouldn't have won. It probably would have been a split decision draw still.
Come on now. Come on now.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna knock that. I'm not gonna knock that, but you know, I'm talking about the regular way the world run, the regular way numbers run. He should have won. We all know that. Like the regular way numbers run.
No.
Before
If
they
we
fix
looking
it.
at the numbers, no matter how you jumble that thing up, it didn't result in a Lamont win.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm saying is this. Yeah. Anyway.
I see what you know. I see what
but
you say.
listen,
Oh, I see what
yeah,
Ty
now,
said.
I'm
But I see what you say. You should say because
He got a W in
But on
the
the same
streets.
token-
Right.
But
Exactly.
on the
Talk to
same-
him.
hey,
Talk to him, Ty.
He got
on
a
the same
W in
token,
the
though-
streets.
Talk
But
to
on the
him.
same token, though, now, like you said, that Tank could have got a spurge in energy, or because he got knocked. If they would have counted the knee, because he didn't get knocked down.
Right.
He took a knee.
Wait,
Let's
yeah.
get it right. He didn't
Right.
get knocked down. He took a knee.
Right.
So if they would have counted the knee, you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, do you think they could have pumped up Lamont Roach too?
No, yeah, but I said this though. I said this at a couple of days analyzing the fight and talking about it right after even that night. I agree with Ty 1,000% because, and I agree with you also. Watch how I'm gonna kick it because Tank could have turned up because he was behind and fought with more urgency, right? But he could have also fought with more urgency and maybe he could have even opened up too much and got caught and got stopped by Lamont.
Yeah.
You never know. Like, you never know how. But that goes back to Ty's point. That's why Ty's point, in my opinion, is so good because you opened up Pandora's box. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like he could turn up and knock Lamont Roach out. He could go over there and be a little bit too reckless, trying to fight from behind and get knocked out himself. Or he could be more technically sound and outpoint him. You never know how. That's just the nature of sports and competition. So I do think, like Ty said, I think it's speculation at that point. But I do agree with you what you say too. Also, like because all the stuff that could have been called in favor of Roach, and the fact that it's a draw, then you're gonna feel like he lost. But at the same time, you gotta look at them numbers, baby. Like, hey, you gotta look at them. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Let me pull back.
Yeah.
Let me pull
That's how
Oscar.
she go.
But I was gonna say too what you said though. I'm like I said, I want to be clear too. If you call that the robbery of the year, I'm not mad at it. But for me, Charlie Suarez, because we saw it was a punch that caused a cut, and because Charlie Suarez is such a unknown guy with such a small backing, and that was his opportunity. For me, I feel like that was a robbery of the year because without a question, we know if that was called correctly. Ain't no scorecards, no nothing. The fight was stopped, and it was stopped. Why? Because of a cut, and that cut was caused by a punch that was called as a headbutt. So they really robbed him out of a win. There's no speculation, nothing to interpret. That's clear that Charlie Suarez was the rightful winner, so for me, that's why that is the robbery of the year for me. But there's some other ones too, like what a call too. Oh, what's the name? I was talking about this too. I wasn't talking about anybody. I was just thinking about stuff in my head. I was seeing somebody said that they have Bud as an upset of the year. Do y'all think that? Y'all think Bud was an upset of the year?
Upset of the year
Yeah, upset of the year.
to Canelo?
Yeah,
Nah.
I don't think so either. What you think, Ty?
Nah.
Oscar?
It is not, but if we go by what the masses say, it could have been.
Okay. Because I know Bud was an underdog, but for me, I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't think it's an upset of the year. I would go with like a Resendez over Plant or somebody like that because
Yeah.
Bud is so great. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he wasn't an underdog. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been an underdog. I was stacked against him, but to me, that's a testament to his greatness. Like, upset is somebody who I didn't think had a chance to win. I didn't look at Bud and think he didn't have a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? I thought the contrary. I thought he definitely could win. I went, even though I picked Canelo to win, I still recognized Bud's greatness. I thought it was going to be a great fight, which it was a great fight in my opinion. You know, and the rightful person won in Bud. But for me to call it an upset, this is my perspective on it. I'm not saying people who call it an upset of the year is wrong, because if he's not the favorite, then it is an upset by definition. But when you say upset of the year, I'm thinking about somebody who had no chance. Like, we ain't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Bud, he has a chance against anybody he fights. So I don't really see him as upset of the year for me. Unless he's fighting
Yeah,
like
I say-
B-Ball or somebody, or like you know what I'm saying, someone that's like freaking he ain't got no business in the ring with, like.
I say exactly what you say, Don. But you know us. Well, see, it's funny in today's time talking about like people, because people consider a lot of shit different. When you say
Yeah.
upset, people consider it different. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Rolly and Ryan, well, I think that was an upset of the year too, because it was so hyped up.
And a lot
that
of
shit
people
was
thought
hyped up.
Ryan was gonna win.
They thought he was gonna wash Rolly.
I feel that. I mean, like even with that one though, because I picked Rolly, because I thought Rolly could win, I wouldn't call that an upset either. But yeah, no, you're right though, of course, because everybody thought Ryan was gonna win, and I mean, technically, it's so crazy, it's so disrespectful to me, but Rolly should have been the favorite, and in this case, Ryan's gonna be the favorite again. Well, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming he's gonna be the favorite over Barrios, which is crazy.
I just made a video of that two talking tongue mother.
Yeah, I liked it. I peeped it.
He said 2 times. He said Ennis was overrated and he was surpassed. I said this guy be bugging, man.
Yep.
Like what's wrong with him?
Yeah,
But
just
I
draw,
think
bro. Call
that
back in
now-
if you can. Just draw. Just draw said Bruno Saraz over Jaime Maguire. Nah, that was 2024. The second one was 2025. Yeah.
But I will go with the other one. You said, Doc. I will go with Plant and Resendez though. That's definitely I will go with
that's
that.
what I got too. That's what I got for
the
upset.
masses, it'll go Parker and Worley though.
That's a good one
But I
too.
agree.
That's a
It
good.
has
That's
to
a good
be
one too. Parker Wood is a good one
For
too.
me, it has to be Plant Resendez just because I thought Parker wasn't it. I think he was a Plant.
Right.
And,
Right.
To me, Parker and Worley is the same as Shiras and Pacheco, just a battle of the frauds.
Hey, yo, let's make another category. Who got the worst performance of the year?
Cool boy. Worst?
I'm going with
Cool Boy
Foreman.
Steph.
Oh, Cool Boy. That's a good one, Ty. Who you go with? Oster?
Farmer.
Cool Boy.
I'm going with Farmer.
Oh, Farmer. Oh, gosh.
Straight up. I
forgot about that. Ooh, Cool Boy's a good one.
That's a classic, man.
But Farmer, 1 round? Jeez, I don't think nobody saw that. I don't even think Schofield saw that.
But Farmer, like, 4, back to back losses.
Yeah, he was in tough fights.
He ran a gauntlet and got put down.
Yeah,
my boy came in overweight.
True.
Not in shape.
True.
Ain't had no type of stamina, nothing.
True.
No, that was the worst performance of the year.
True. He said, Brian, get out of here, Tufo. Nah, you disrespectful now. Brian Norman Jr., that's crazy. For the worst, that's crazy. He did get put down. Hey, shot.
Yeah, you think, but you think you think on the upset side, you think that's a good one, Dev and Brian, because they was counting Dev out. That was
you think
that was
see,
because you know what?
Uh-huh.
No, the way I see it is that like because I think it's 2 ways when you say like upset or you can't say bad performance, but like an upset, because I think some people believe it as like a sometimes people believe what they see, and then some people believe actually what it is. Like if it's actually really upset, and some people feel like that. They be like, yo, cause they just like a fan. They just think that the other one's just supposed to win, so they don't look like kind of deep into it.
Now, I'm with you, but I think that with Devin Haney. No. I'm gonna let you go, Oscar. Let me just add this real quick before I forget. I'd be forgetting. But I would say that Devin Haney to me is like Terrence Crawford. Like, not saying they're the same, but I'm saying like a similar situation to where Devin Haney's so good is like I can't really see him not having a chance. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wouldn't consider it an upset of the year. But I mean, it could be because he's moving up after questions for his chin. He's moving up against an undefeated big puncher. So yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, I disagree, but I wouldn't say that that's unreasonable. But go ahead, Oscar. My fault.
No, just to add to Oster's points, it'll be like kind of remember like me and you and Ty were talking about that Brian Norman chin, like that was sus chin at the time, and people were like, well, you can't even mention that he does have it, but Devin Haney don't got any kind of power to even hurt him with. So I do agree with Oster in a sense.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, Devin Haney, youngest undisputed, he's showing us in now that he can. Like he wasn't tired after Ramirez, so he clearly trained for it.
Right.
But it wasn't like man, give me an example. Like Ryan Garcia and Rolly the same night. Ryan got tired of running. So it's like, to me, To me, it's not an upset, but I do see the point.
Yeah, it's like another way to put it too. It's like some guys, and it might be unfair to them, but it's like some guys just you could Devin Haney, Bud could get performance of the year, but I don't think they could get upset of the year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could get maybe like they're so good that they're never really out of it's never out of your abilities out of I don't know, it's not unrealistic for them to win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, upset of the year is like something where it's not unrealistic. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but because if you're in the ring, it's realistic for you to win. But you get what I'm saying? Like, nobody's picking them. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, even if you pick them, it's because you try to flip your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just try to, like, okay, I'm going to pick this one just because to see if I can flip. You know, you're not really picking, like, oh, yeah, I think this guy's better. So I just think that certain guys, like, for me, like, even Canelo, like, Canelo could never really get a upset of the year victory because he's so, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain guys are just so good. And girls, like Clarissa Shields, I don't care if she fighting two girls at the same time, she can't really get upset of the year because she's so good, you know, like, so. And Katie Taylor and them like that. Fedora. Let me pull up Justin real quick, man. So you get let me get his 3 minutes, man. My guy just draw. What's good, bro? Yo.
What's good? What's good? What's good? You hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, man. How you doing, man?
Doing great. Doing
That's
great.
what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Oh, we lost you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you now.
Okay. Shit, this is why I didn't really want to call in. I just only have 2 questions. That's it.
Okay.
Who y'all got as, like, in the next 5 years? Who y'all got as like the #1 pound for pound? Like, just like ruling the whole sport and thing, being a man, basically being the Canelo and shit, being a Floyd.
I'll let y'all go first. I'll think about
I got
that.
to answer. Well, I got to answer for that now. It's hard to tell. Well, for me personally, it's hard to tell because it's a lot of bullshit in boxing right now. So a lot of these people be manufactured, you know, with the champions. So it's really hard to tell. So I mean, if we going by raw talent, because I meant to ask you that. Anyway, but if we going by raw talent, you know what I mean? From what we see, you know, who know boxing, not the casuals that fuck it up. So I could see. Can I name a couple or is it just one?
Yeah, name two.
Okay, I got you. That's exactly who I had. I got 2. All right, I bet. Go ahead. I got 2 for sure.
I could say Mason. I'm definitely going with Mason.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that boy nasty.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Mason. And
I forgot about Mason Nash. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going with Mason. And I gotta go with Dev.
That's a good one too.
That's sensible. That's one of mine too.
Go ahead. I gotta go with Mason and Dev.
Go ahead, Oscar. If he's here, no, he might not be here. Go ahead, Ty. I'm gonna get my 2.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You heard the question?
Yeah, I heard the question. To me, one is Devin, just because the way he's moving and he can get a straight unification right now. But in 5-year times, I can actually see Bam, just because you see the push he's getting right now.
How old is Bam?
I think he's like 24, right? No, 25. Okay.
Oh, he's young. Oh yeah.
He's young now.
Yeah, so I can, like, you see the push he's getting. He's one of the few American smaller weights, and though he got, you know, mixed thing, but he represents USA. And you see, America's clearly starving for a star in the smaller weight. So I think it can be Bam, honestly. That Bam and Devin will be fighting for #1.
Good one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ty.
I was going to give 3 names, but then I thought about it based off of what I was.
Nah, three too many. 3 is all of them. 3, 2.
But the 2 realistic options for me would be Abdullah Mason and Devin Haney, because of age, talent pool within eligible weight classes they could go into, as far as people they can fight to build that profile. That's the reason why I couldn't pick somebody in the lower ranks, because it's only them.
Right. Dang, man, that's a good point.
They can fight the guys that are currently here and some of the ones coming behind them. So they have a good talent pool to pick from to build that profile.
Yeah, I think Abdullah can go all the way up to like 147.
Yeah.
Make some super fights on the way too.
My two is gonna be y'all said my two. Well, no, one person must have said, but I was gonna say Bam, but Ty made a good point, man, because of smaller weights. But I'm still gonna stick with Bam. I got Bam and Boots, man. I think Bam and Boots are gonna be. And we already seen them on the card together too, so I think that. But you know, Devin Haney, I think is a good one. That was a good point because who he's fighting, how he's moving, and he's moving very well. David Benavidez is another guy I was considering. Who else? Yeah, but if I had to pick two, I would say Boots and Bam. But Abdullah Mason, that was a great one too. I forgot about Abdullah.
Benavidez.
Yeah, I would say Bam and Boots for me.
If Benavidez has to go to heavyweight to be number one.
That's
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, and Benavidez too is like, I don't know. Y'all don't think he could be number one if he beats Ja and Zerto and Ja?
What does he do after
No?
that?
He need B-ball. He need B-ball.
Yeah. I was talking about if he he definitely needs B-ball and Beterbiev, but like what Ty said, what's he gonna do after that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I think staying at cruiserweight won't really get you that many looks. So. Or going
cruiserweight is the strawweight of the heavyweight.
Yeah. So he might have to go to yeah. That's a good. I don't know, but I was gonna say this. The reason why I didn't say Benavidez is because I could be wrong. I don't think he's gonna get out of it unscathed. And I don't think he's gonna get out of Bivol, Beterbiev, Apataya, and Zerto unscathed. Like, I mean, maybe, but I think one of them gonna beat him.
I think he can get past Apataya and Beterbiev, but B-ball, B-ball like what, 29, 30?
Nah, B-ball like 33, 34, 34, I think.
He'll be kind of aged, but I still see him putting some work in.
Yeah, I think B-ball beats him too.
Just make weight though. That's gonna be the question.
He said he's coming. He said he's coming back.
Gonna be. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what he says. He said he's gonna come back at cruiserweight. So after cruiserweight, he's just gonna go to fight Zerto. I don't know if I believe it, because he said at first, he's just gonna go to 175 and go back to 168. He stayed at 175, so we'll see.
For mine, I got Shakur.
That's a good one too. I thought about him too.
I got Shakur. I think he'll go down like a Floyd. Like people won't like him at all. But we all know that like. He'll be up there for sure. Be like,
right.
I don't want to give him miscredit, but we know we know he's number one type shit.
Yeah.
I can see Shakur going up and going up to like what really with the skills he has. I see him going up to 154.
Think so?
I see it. If he really wants it, wants it enough, I think he can do it. And
154 with some Mick.
I pick and choose certain. But I got Shakur and Boots.
That's really it. Those good picks. And there are good weight classes too where people will watch, especially 154, man. 154, that division hot right now. Because even if he doesn't get Virgil, I think he'll get Baccarat, man. I think he'll get the winner of Baccarat, man. Well, I don't know if Josh Kelly will fight him. I don't know, but I know Baccarat will.
Too much. They gonna force these guys to fight at 154.
I hope so, man.
It's too. They got too much talent there.
You know what's crazy though? I don't think they have to force. The only one that needs to be forced, it seems like, is Virgil. I see that Sebastian Vendora's down to fight. Baccarat's down to fight. Boosie's down to fight. Xander, Baz Barral, they're fighting each other, so they're down to fight. You seem like the only one that's moving a little.
Yo, could hey Doc, could we pick one? Like in basketball, you got to pick a sub just in case the nigga don't show up. Can I pick one more?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Oh boy, summing out the prospects.
Yeah, I'll go with my third one. I mean, my sub just in case, it'd be Keyshawn. If he stay on track, if he stay correct, I'll go with Keyshawn. I'll go with Keyshawn.
I like that.
If he stay correct, I'll go with Keyshawn.
No love for Moses? Ain't no way to pick Moses or Tama?
Oh yeah, he is moving.
But I really like
I said who? That's crazy, bro. Y'all disrespecting Moses, man. Come on, man. Don't do Moses like that, man.
Dog, she's fighting with Kyrie nursery home opponents. What do you mean?
Come on, man.
Eating English bastards.
Come on, man.
Hey, Doc, I don't like that heavyweight pound for pound shit. I don't like that shit.
True.
You know what I mean? I don't be with that heavyweight pound for pound shit.
Come on, man.
That's why I don't be really naming them.
I don't know, man. At some point, like Usyk has to get credit because he came from cruiserweight. He's fighting guys 100 pounds bigger than him. If we say Bud is impressive, then Usyk's got to count for something. I'm not saying it's as impressive, but if there were more weight classes, that'd be impressive.
Yeah, Usyk is. Yeah,
No, I just
I'm
say
with
I
you
just
on
say
that.
that I just say that when I do pound for pound, I go always under heavyweight. I don't choose no heavy. I try not to choose no heavyweights in pound for pound.
But no,
I
but
can see why,
that's what he
but
said. He said because he's not really a natural heavyweight. Like he came from
Oh yeah.
cruiserweight and
He started from
yeah,
yeah,
he's a
yeah.
cruiserweight guy.
Yeah,
right,
that is extra points.
yeah.
Is it
And
Usyk a
our
let's
beast.
be honest. Let's be honest.
modern day
In
Vander
heavyweight,
Holyfield?
yeah, and balance Holyfield. But in heavyweights, you can make a case that it's harder to be a champion in heavyweights than it is in another weight class. Because you got the lever, like you can't move around. That's your cap. That's your top.
I kind of disagree with that.
So you tell me Moses Atama, well, not Moses Atama, Richard Torres Jr. If he went down to cruiserweight, he'd be a beast. But he's in heavyweight.
Cooking.
I think I know. I think I know what Oscar's saying.
Like, hold on. In my opinion, I think it's honestly easier to compete in heavyweight when you got guys like Deontay Wilder.
Yo, whoa.
Hold on. Hear me out, man. When you got guys like Deontay Wilder, I think in this generation's up heavyweight, like their skill level compared to the 90s and 80s and previous generations, I don't think they're anywhere near.
I agree with that collectively. I agree with that collectively.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that 100%.
So that's why for me, people are like, oh, Usyk number one. I say now anyway, or Terrence Crawford is number one.
I put Crawford over him, but Usyk a beast though. Hold on now.
Yeah, Usyk's still a beast now. I'm just saying the level of comp. I don't think it's on the same level as the lower weight classes. Like at 154, 135, 140, like, no, I don't think it's anywhere near the same.
So
and that's what it.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, and I'm gonna let Ty go.
That's why naturally heavyweight wasn't pound for pound because for one reason I think Oscar was saying, you know what I mean. That's why I really don't. But Usyk was a lower weight coming up. Okay, that's cool. He just heavyweight now. But because that shit is infinite. Like you be up there, it's kind of crazy. You can fight somebody 320 if you're in good shape. You know what I mean. You could be 220 or some shit like that.
Right, and that's why I counted because look at David Haye when he fought. What was it, Nikolai Valuev, bro? The dude was like 7'5". No, he wasn't. He's like 7'2".
Yeah, but
and David Haye like 6'2". You know, you gotta count for something, man. That's the guy's name.
But that's what make it crazy because if you was in, well, I'm thinking that's why they didn't really consider heavyweight. They consider it now, but it was never really considered in the pound for pound. You know what I mean? Like they said, it was but the pound for pound was built for the lower fighters. You know what I mean? That's why I asked you, Doc, when we asked the pound for pound question, I was like, yo, Doc, I look at pound for pound a little different than people who look at it now. Like, you know what I mean? They go by your resume now and make you pound for pound. You know what I mean? So it'd be kind of different with me when it comes to pound for pound. So I agree with Oscar and what they said.
Yep. Just go ahead, Ty.
I disagree. To sit there and say like, that about the heavyweight division, especially when you talking about a division where even the lightest puncher still has a high chance of knocking you the fuck out.
Sleep.
Any shot at a heavyweight can knock you out.
Sleep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, the lower the weight classes, the skill goes up because everybody can move a little bit better. It's a little bit more mobility. But to use Deontay Wilder as an example of why heavyweight isn't that good.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Kind of like that was disrespectful.
Nah, I understand that. I understand what you're saying, Ty. I definitely understand that.
Come on, man. That's wild, bro. Come on, man.
You talking about a dude that walked in the ring at 205 to 215.
Right.
Still had that power to put dudes at 240, 250, and still had skill.
You feel me?
Out.
Come on, man.
But what he's saying, what I think Just is saying. Yeah, Just. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I don't believe in just like saying like, oh, like he's a heavyweight, and just because he competed makes him automatically pound for pound. Just because Mike Tyson don't make you a legend. Like I'm just saying, I think that's why I have now in a way at number one over him.
Yeah, Steve, that's what I'm saying.
Because of
Like,
the division. Because of the division he did.
So you don't think
Yeah, but-
you don't think AJ's good?
Wait,
And Tyson Fury twice.
No, no,
Yeah.
Did he say
I
in
never
a way?
said-
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say
No,
that
I'm
too.
saying-
Ty.
Wait. You can't sit there and say like weight class like 135, 54, and other ones because of the competition at that level.
No,
And then
I'm
you
talking
pop
about
up
that's why I
anyway.
have. No,
Right.
that's what I'm saying the level of accomplishments. That's why I have Inoue as number 1, I have Usyk as number 2.
Right. So
That
I'm not trying to hey, have your opinion, bro. So that's
They
good. But I
got
think
similar accomplishments, but
Right.
somebody has better competition on their resume.
Right. I was just about to say
It's not in a way.
yeah.
Exactly.
And shout out anyway, I like him, but like the reason why I keep saying like look at his opponents this year, right? Everybody is saying that he's active, he has 4 fights. That's amazing. That's great, especially this day and age, right? Most people fight once a year, twice a year. He's fighting 4 times a year. That's awesome. But there's a reason why they're emphasizing that he's fighting 4 times a year and not who he's fighting. Because only one of those 4 people were good, right? Even go back to 5, right? His last 5 opponents have been Picasso, right? Most recently. Then who is it? Then Mjak Madaliev. Before that, then before that was Ramon Cardenas. Before that was Yi Ju Kim. Before that was TJ Doheny. Like only one of those 5 people were good. So that's 20%. I think Mjak Madaliev, that's a great win. But the other 4, like it's so funny because I was talking to somebody, right? And like I said, you have your opinion. I'm not trying to tell you not to have your opinion.
I'm listening.
But it's like when I was talking to this one guy on Twitter, he was like, "Oh, well, I don't understand how anybody talks about Inoue badly." It's like I'm not talking about Inoue badly. You see what I'm saying? It's just that if I don't say Inoue is great, then which I already say he's great. Sorry, if I say he's great, people will hear that. But as soon as I critique him, then they just hear me as saying like, "Oh, I'm hate. Oh, it's hate." No, Inoue's a beast. Inoue's an all-time great. I think he is top 3 pound for pound, or top 2 now because Terrence Crawford retired. But I think it's only fair to critique his opponents because when I say, "Oh, Canelo's fighting Edgar Berlanga," people say, "Oh, that's a terrible fight," and they have every right to say that. But then if I say, "Oh, Inoue's fighting Picasso Romero," they'll say that's a good fight because he's highly ranked. Well, Picasso Romero is ranked number 1 in the WBC, true. He's undefeated, true. But so was Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga was ranked number 1 in WBA, and he was undefeated. And he went on that 16 fight streak where he knocked out 60 people in the first round. That's who Canelo beat, and you said it was trash. And then when Canelo fought William Skull, who was another undefeated IBF champion, you said that was trash too, and that was to reclaim undisputed. But then you'll tell me that beating a guy named Ramon Cardenas, who already had a loss to a guy named Danny Flores, who has 17 losses himself, you'll tell me that's good because Inoue fought him. Like we got to be fair. Like there's nothing wrong with the point. I can't speak for everybody else, but when I speak I can speak for myself, and I say that when I talk about his opponents, I'm just critiquing his opponents, just like we critique Gervonta's opponents or Canelo's opponents or Bud's opponents. Like people talk trash about Bud fighting Israel Madrimov because they'll say, "Oh, he doesn't have experience." Yeah, but he's an undefeated champion at a new weight class. That's good.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? And Brian Norman Jr. say, "Oh, Devin Haney beats Brian Norman." Oh, Brian Norman. Oh, he was overrated. Bitch, he was an undefeated champion, bro. That's a great win.
And let's not talk about ducks with Inoue because
Right.
everybody makes it so obvious that Bud Duck Boots,
Yes.
Devin Duck Shakur, Tank Duck Shakur, Loma Duck Shakur, Canelo Duck, Benavides, and I'm gonna stick with that one because they're countrymen. And it's like, bro, Junto been on the scenes before 2022. As far as I know, that fight's been talking about since 2022. The reason why it hasn't been made is because Inoue's team. And therefore I said, they say, go get a belt. Then Junto got a belt. Then was like, go beat my brother. Then somebody else beat your brother.
Yeah, say so Susumi beat your brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not. I like I said, I can't speak for everybody. Just drop. I'm saying like when people think that if you say something about it's just funny. Like if you critique his opponents or something that's real, people say, "Oh, you're hating on him." It's like, no, I think Inoue is a beast. I think Inoue is undisputed. He beat everybody he's supposed to beat and more. But at the same time, too, if I can say that, oh, Canelo disappointed me with his opponent, and that's to reclaim undisputed, then I could say that Inoue's opponent wasn't really. It leaves more to be desired. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. Like Junto Nakatani to me is a great win. If he fights Junto Nakatani, that's a great fight. MJ Abadali was a great win. Marlon Tapales was a great win. There was just a little while. Stephen Fulton was a great win. So I'm not saying that he doesn't have these wins, but as of late, man, I'm like Junto Nakatani, right? When people talking, I'm assuming you watched the fight, right? Oh, with Junto and Sebastian, the last fight this weekend.
I wasn't able to watch
Oh,
it,
okay.
but I
Oh,
heard that it was very close and
right. So
if
it was
not a
very close.
robbery.
Right. So even if it's a robbery, that's cool. But it's like people are disregarding that Sebastian Hernandez, in my opinion, out of those 5 people I just named for anyway, I think Sebastian Hernandez beats them all except for MJ Medallia. So what I'm saying is that he fought a tough guy. So I don't think the conversation should just stop. Oh, Juto Nakatani struggled with Sebastian Hernandez. I mean, period. And I feel like that's misleading. You got to say like, okay, bet I think Naoya Inoue would beat him. Don't get it twisted. I think Inoue would beat Hernandez, but I think it'll be a tough fight for him too. I think that Hernandez would do better than Picasso just did. I think he'll do better than Ramon Cardenas did, and everybody else, despite dropping him too. I think that he'll do better than. He might even do better than MJ Medaliev did, to be honest, because Inoue smoked him, but that's a good win because MJ Medaliev is a good fighter in my opinion.
And if we being honest, it'll be a different headline if that was a performance. The same one he put up against Junto against Inoue.
Facts.
It wouldn't be nobody sitting there saying Inoue robbed that boy.
Come on now.
They'll say, oh, Inoue figured it out.
Come on now.
It was a tough one. He found a way to win.
Yep.
And my second thing is just I just want to say Boots is cleaning up Ortiz. That's really it. That's just it.
I hope it happens, man. My brother Kendrick in the building. What's good, brethren? My guy. Big member in the building. Yeah, man. I hope it happens, but I'm a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen like in the future, where they both get belts at 154. Then it'll happen.
See, I wouldn't even be mad at that, but if that,
I'm not mad at it either.
I'm not mad at that, but they gotta show me that not even they like they gotta show me that like if Boots and Virgil don't fight and they both have a championship fight after this, I'm not gonna be mad. I wouldn't be mad, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. You ain't rocking with that, Oster?
I will be. Hell no, man. Come on, man. We've been dancing and dancing and dancing. We done left the party, we came back. We left the party 4 times and came back. It's nothing else to talk. That's gonna be 50-50. You're 50-50. So where y'all was at 2 years ago? What is that? 15-15?
Yeah.
Where y'all was at? Yeah. I mean, come on, 50-50. So we gotta wait for another fight with y'all?
Yeah, I feel that.
Come on, man. Both of y'all just had a fight. It ain't even take 2.5 rounds. Both of y'all collectively together. Y'all wasn't in the ring for 2.5 rounds collectively together. Y'all is fit. What are y'all talking about? Now y'all need another fight over here, right? Y'all need another fight over here, and you got to fight over here. Doc, look, the timeline, the timeline, it came around, right? It came around. They did all the things. They happened to fight within 2-3 weeks apart from each other. You can't say nothing else after this. You can't say nothing else. Ain't nothing else to say. I don't understand the weight. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm lost with this one. Now y'all want to put it back on the paperwork like you're backed up on that. All that was supposed to have been done. We had this conversation a couple of times, y'all. This ain't just pop up on us now. I call bullshit. I call straight bullshit. If you fight somebody else, I'm not dealing with those people no more, man.
I got one problem with that. Who is this y'all you keep on speaking of when we obviously know it's one side? For the better part of 5 years, that boy Virgil been in PC.
Right.
I don't
We
think
talking about Virgil getting a belt. When has he shown you he wanted to fight a champion?
Right.
Pandora been out doing whatever the fuck he wanted.
Right.
You holding that WBC interim hostage. Why don't you go fight him?
You know how I feel about Virgil. You know, Virgil's been doing this shit for 10 years now. This is not new. I don't know how nobody even saying this. Like, yo, the man ain't fight for a belt in 10 years, y'all. Am I crazy though?
Multiple divisions too.
We've been saying this.
I don't know how you do this, man. I don't know how you get away with this shit, man.
47.
I swear to God.
No belt. 54.
Man, belt. Gosh. Yeah, interim, yeah. WBC interim is crazy.
Like you're 50-50. And the funniest thing in the world, like y'all gotta, it's something in the air because it's a debate. And it's bugged out with Boots and Virgil because I feel something about both of them. So it's just bugged out about both of them. It's like I'm not saying NATO punks, but it's just like looking at 2 punks argue in the street and why y'all never fight? They argue all day in school. Like you never fight.
Yeah.
They just argue all day.
Yeah.
I can't get it, man. I can't get that. I don't understand that fight. But that's why I say, and I always said, Eddie and Oscar, Both of them don't believe in neither one of them 100%. They may believe a little more than each other, but none of them believe 100%. So did they, because they being forced to fight. They got the fucking network forcing them now.
Oster, I told you what it was before. It wasn't Eddie, and I told you DAZN was gonna have to step in.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the present day.
Yeah.
What
You
they doing?
definitely said that. 100%. You said that shit.
So
You
was
said
it
they gonna
really Eddie? Was it Eddie being slick with the coins?
Nah, that's Oscar. Y'all, we gotta remember how what is it when he tried to make Zepeda versus Shakur?
Come on now, talk to him.
That was like 6. Didn't that take like 6 years? And people was calling that back in like
the man was an undisputed mandatory, bro. I ain't never heard that in my life.
Yeah, when he wasn't that fight called for like back in like 2019. I heard that fight called for the longest.
It was a minute, but I don't know if that long, but it was a minute though.
It was
yeah.
It was a hot minute.
These cats be having 40 products, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. They be having 40 products, Doc. I'm dead serious. They trying to sell us 40 products, man.
Yeah.
And at a certain time, a lot of customers start calling in.
When customers call in, I got a defective product.
Yeah, y'all got to pull your stuff up, man. Come on, man. It's a defective product, man.
I feel that, man. Hey, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and slide. I got some family here, man. But let's hit this closing statement, man. We're gonna let just start it off though, man. Then we're gonna slide to Oster, then Oscar, then Ty. Give us a closing statement, Just.
Boots cleaning up Ortiz. Don't have to worry about nothing. Y'all bet your money on Boots. That's it.
Stoppage?
Stoppage?
I'm asking.
What does Ortiz? I got him by stoppage. I'm putting money on it.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Boots by stoppage, man. Go ahead.
That's deep,
Go ahead, O.
I'm gonna piggyback over that, man. I'm gonna piggyback over that. I think Boots gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of those things that you say, Doc. I know Boots gonna win. But you can't give Ortiz no kind of coverage in that ring.
Come on now.
You can't give him no kind of courage. I mean, Ortiz, he could not fight for titles and all that, but he could fight though. You get what I'm saying?
Come on now.
So you can't just sleep on him now. I don't want Boots going there and be overconfident. And that goes with all fighters. So that's when you say that about everybody else, they be like, yo, yeah, but you want to be like we just said about Thang, he'll get overconfident. That applies to everybody. You know what I mean? That's what I say. Yeah, that's my closing.
Appreciate it, bro. Go ahead, Oscar. Shout out to Oster. Shout out to Just. Appreciate that, Justin.
We keep saying that Boots.
Eight.
Jay?
Okay, whatever. I said Bud and 8.
Oh, that's crazy. Go ahead, Oscar.
Whenever you fight.
Okay, we keep saying that Boots and Bird just not happening, and this and that, and the perfect timing of this now, this and that. I'm just gonna say, if that boy Inoue fights anybody else other than Junto, that boy ducking. That fight been cooking longer since 2022. That's when I became aware, and I know it's been cooking for longer. The countrymen, if they don't fight each other and they just find the same car, Inoue ducking. There ain't no other way to put it.
They about to pull a Fury AJ?
I think so.
That's what it's looking like.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to Oscar, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Ty. Close us out, big dog.
First off, Bud ain't winning nothing right now.
That's
Why?
crazy.
That nigga retired. Ain't no Bud and 8. It's more like 8 too late, but I'll put the kids to sleep. Furthermore, Golden Frog Promotions. We gotta talk about this. So we be on Fast Eddie Ed talk. Niggas be talking about Al Heyman over there. He in his deathbed. PBC ain't doing shit. Bob Arum, we already knew he's shiesty. But we keep on giving Oscar and his boys the pass. Why don't your guys fight for championships? If it wasn't for Zordo, I'll sit there and say everybody on your roster is a fraud.
Hey, Ryan, fraud.
Facts, 100%.
Who's the front man for their company? What? Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan, Virgil. Yeah, man. Not the Zerdo holding it down, like you said. Shout out to her Zerdo holding it down, like you said, Ty.
It's Schofield.
It took Zerdo to go up to cruiserweight. The division. If we being frank, we don't give a fuck about.
Not a little bit. Not even a little bit.
The strawweights of the heavyweights.
Schofield too.
At
Yeah,
least
who
he
said
fighting for
Schofield?
something.
Forgot about Schofield. Now you cooking
Yeah,
right
he
now
doing
though.
another
Keep
Pull
cooking,
out of
please.
keep pulling out of fights. So you
Yeah.
keep forgetting about him.
It's like every fighter that gets paired up with one of Oscar's guys, it seemed like instead of people cooking Oscar and his bad business decisions or why he doesn't want to put this fighter in there, we always go after the other guy.
Yeah.
Y'all was cooking Shakur.
Yep.
How he ducking? He the champion. We got people sitting there looking at Boots funny, talking about, hey, a little shaky. He ducking.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see him go to a fight and, jump in the ring. He did all that shit and we still sitting there looking at him like he's shaky.
Yep.
Poster.
Don't start me with
That's
boots. Man. Don't start that. Don't start that bullshit. Don't start Ty. He always Doc. This nigga Ty always throwing shots at me. Yeah.
That ain't me. That's Ty, your head top,
I
man.
know Ty always throwing on my head top. Man,
Ty, your head top, bro.
That's why I say when you talk about Boots and Virgil, then I'm on Boots' side.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Boots singular. That's unknown. I'm not doing that.
Okay,
Boots still got to do something for me, man.
Oh Lord, Jokic hurt, man. Oh Lord.
Oh,
Then Virgil was supposed to fight Bud, but then something happened.
Man, Virgil was supposed to fight Stanley Jonas in 2018, bro. That's crazy.
Nobody's supposed to fight Bud. Nobody's supposed to fight Bud. They all just talk that shit. They wasn't supposed to fight Bud. Everybody fought who they supposed to fight. Trust me. All these fights, everybody fought who they supposed to fight. Who we want them to fight, that's something different than who they fighting.
So Boots fighting who he's supposed to fight.
Who's fighting who we want to fight or whatever. He ain't fighting who we want him to fight. I tell you that for sure.
Go ahead,
That's 100%.
Ty, so I get up out of here though, man. Keep cooking, man.
Needless to say, I agree with the zone putting Golden Fraud on notice.
Me too.
We need to see y'all make certain fights, or y'all need to be finding a new home.
Amen.
Yes, get the
It's that simple.
Simple, man. I agree with that, bro. Like I said, I don't want. I'm the boxing fan in me. I don't want any of them to die. As far as the promotional companies, but man, we got to get some straightening, man. You got to get some straightening, especially with the Zuffa boxing coming up, man. Hey, they're gonna be on your head top. I know they're not really signing anybody big now, but I'm hearing Rayo is in conversations with him. Oh, he signed. It was confirmed. Okay, hey, you see, and I'm not saying Rayo's the biggest star, but that's a start. All it takes is a start. Rayo's what, one fight removed from a title shot, right? I mean, a title fight, right? His last fight was Russell, right? I don't think we fought against him. So he's one fight removed from being a title holder, and he's with them already. So and then Vito's with them too, right? Vito Milnicki, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, don't even start me on that one. He had a great performance, and he signs with who?
Bum watch.
Bum watch.
and I still got more smoke.
Oh, keep going. My bad. My apologies.
Talk about that boy anyway.
This dude still out here saying PBC dead. PBC this. Al Heyman that. What happened to your boy Bob Arum? Where he at?
Come on now.
Last show I seen was on Facebook Live.
Show us.
Golden Boy, Golden Fraud out here being threatened to be kicked off the network because they ain't want to put on a measly fight or two.
Yep. By 2026 summer. What's countdown starting?
But they were saying PBC died. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ain't this what this would be what the third network, Oscar and his boys got kicked off of? Just saying.
Come on now. It's crazy, bro.
I ain't no more after that.
No, that's a good point though. It's just the double standards, man. All the way from the boxers to the promoters to the broadcasting companies and stuff like that. It's just like, man, it's like, bro, keep it funky. Like if you want to say PBC dying, then you got to keep the same energy for everybody else, man. We got, like you mentioned, Bob Arum. Shoot, two of his fighters he rented out. There was on. Well, there would have been two, but Janabek failed the test and stuff like that. Popped dirty for Meldonium. But he had two fighters on Amazon. And they talk about we'll see. But I think it's safe to assume. You shouldn't assume, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that Ryan is gonna fight on Amazon, right? I mean, Barrios is we don't know yet because it hasn't been announced, but I would assume that Barrios is gonna defend his WBC title on the PBC network. We'll see. So that'd be another fighter from another company joining PBC on their platform, you know. So, but they're the ones dying. So I'm not saying they're not dying, but guys, dang, if they dying, them other bitches dead. if they died, then everybody, you know, the other one's dead.
They putting on the quality right now.
I'm telling you.
Outside of Riyadh and, you know, Ring.
Right.
Facts.
So I don't know, man. It's cute the same energy,
But they slipping though. They slipping though.
Yeah, boxing slipping.
Yeah, they better get it together. Tell you that
together,
much.
man.
They ain't in no position they used to be in.
Yeah.
But
fellas, man, I appreciate y'all calling up, man. You know, y'all know what it is. Y'all can chill in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and slide, man. I got some, you know, my aunt and family here, so appreciate y'all, fellas, man, for real, man. Y'all don't know how much y'all make my day, man. Get to talk this boxing stuff, man. So I appreciate y'all for real, everybody. Yeah, man. Y'all be easy, man. Take care of yourselves. Hey, happy 4th day of Kwanzaa too, man. Ujama, you know what I'm talking about? Community responsibility, man. You know what I'm saying? Worry about your community, the economics of your community, man. You know what I'm talking about? Build each other up. But yeah, man, y'all be easy, man.
All right, see y'all, boys.
Right, God bless. Chat, man. Shout out to my brother Ty, Bodega Ty. Shout out to Just Draw. Shout out to my brother Oscar. Shout out to my brother Oster. Appreciate them pulling up, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up for this show. This is the second to the last show, chat, of 2025. I'm gonna keep saying that, bro. Time be flying. So my point is that time gonna go by anyway. So you might as well do what you love. You see what I'm saying? Work on your own dream, or you can go work on somebody else's. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, we always gotta work. So I appreciate y'all rocking for real, man. Once again, I want to repeat, you know, our condolences, sincerest condolences to the loved ones of the two gentlemen that passed away, you know, part of Anthony Joshua's team, you know, Sina Gami and Kevin Latif Ayodele. So rest in peace to them. Our condolences to their families and their loved ones, and Anthony Joshua himself, because he's one of their loved ones, and we're glad that he's okay. And you know, just hey, you just never know, man. So just enjoy your life to the fullest, you know, and be thankful and be grateful and stay prayed up. You feel me? Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we are nothing. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.
Oh, no, hold on. I forgot to show love. Shout out to George the Last Dragonborn for the $1 on the super chat. I mean, on the sticker. And shout out to George the Last Dragonborn for the $2 on the super chat. I appreciate that. You know, we always got to say it again at the end of the show. I'm out for real.